featured presentation of Northeast Nebraska High School football on Riverfront Sports. Northeast Nebraska High School athletics are brought to you by the Bank of Hartington, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation, Avera, Moody Motors, Explorers Credit Union, Mount Marty University, Security Bank, Christensen Well and Irrigation, and Top Crop. Now we go live to the action for Northeast Nebraska High School football on KYN TV.
Checking in from Crofton, Nebraska, I'm Tehl alongside Scott. We are getting rolling here for Nebraska High School football right here on KYN TV once again for the year of 2025. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner, and we are back for more Northeast Nebraska High School football.
We are back, and we are sure to see a fantastic game here tonight. This is a rematch just of 2 years ago, to remind you, a complete shootout, almost 300 yards through the air for Summerland. We'll see what they got dialed up for Crofton, and talk about an offensive production from Crofton just a week ago.
No kidding, an offensive fire hose. Like, it was crazy. Nothing could be stopped, but on the other hand, couldn't stop as well. There were 4 overtimes in the first game of the season for the Crofton Warriors. They faced Why Not, and they did fall in that game. 78-76 was the final in 4 overtimes, which is insane.
I gotta wonder, would you rather just get blown out by 40 or lose by 2 and then have 150-some points scored in a game?
That's crazy. It's a hard way to start the season for sure, but at the same time, at least you know your offense is doing something. And we cannot count out Why Not. Good football team. Very
Absolutely.
Good football team.
Class D2, they're a perennial powerhouse, goes to the state playoffs every year. Lee Hymas has those kids playing well just down the road of Highway 12.
On the other end of tonight's matchup, Crofton Warriors, the home team, they will be facing Summerland. Summerland, a co-op school, and they are 1-0. They won last week 51-0 in their first opponent of the season. And this team, well, they've got a little bit of history with Crofton. Last year, these two teams met in the playoffs. This is maybe a revenge game for the home team, as it was Summerland who knocked them out of the playoffs in the first round. 48-38 was the final score of that one. Summerland then fell to the eventual state champs in Stanton in the second round, 48-34. So once again, maybe a revenge game for the home team.
It could be. It's one of those Summerland. I feel like this has been built up to a rivalry type game, whether it's regular season or playoffs, as you just alluded to. But Summerland is a fairly new school, a co-op down there near Ewing, Nebraska. Even though they are a young school, they're very, very good at football. We've seen that year in and year out.
That we have. We're going to go over a little bit more between these two teams, take a look at the stats, take a closer look at last week's games in just a couple of minutes. But first things first, let's thank a few of our sponsors like Moody Motors. Our pregame report is courtesy of Moody Motors. If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, check out the inventory at moodymotors.com or visit them at Moody Motors in Niobrara. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back in a couple of minutes and keep things rolling. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. We'll be back right here on KYN TV in 3 minutes.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and XtendFlex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit TopCropInc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
70 years ago in 1955, Moody Motors was founded on common sense, down-to-earth family values, and that same philosophy still holds true to this day. We strive to be the best and respect all customers. Are we perfect? Heck no. Do we make mistakes? Sure we do. All I'm saying is that our crew works hard to give you the best purchasing or service experience possible. Thank you for your business the last 70 years, and we look forward to serving you in the future, right here at Moody Motors in Niobrara.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
All right, back here on the Moody Motors pregame show from Crofton, Nebraska. We are getting rolling just a few moments away from the national anthem and about 5 to 7 minutes away from kickoff. First things first, let's go through last week for these two teams. Both have one game under their schedule, so that's what all of these stats are from. Crofton fell to Wynot 78-76. Summerland to NGSE in 51-0. Give me some of those highlights from the game there.
Yeah, unbelievable. 76 points. You're definitely going to have some offensive production numbers that are going to impress. And we're going to start out with Tyson Jackson, the junior from Crofton last week. 37 carries. Usually that's maybe half of that is normal, but 332 yards, averaged 9 yards a carry, and had 9 touchdowns during that game. That's a season total for some running backs.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Also, Preston Foxhoven had 21 carries, 43 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jace Panning also contributed with 13 carries, 65 yards in that contest. Rushing led the way, but passing, Preston Foxhoven was 6 for 9, very efficient, 85 yards, and had a QBR, so a quarterback rating of 97, which is extremely high. It was very efficient. Receiving end, Jace Panning and Trevor Allen each had 3 grabs for 42 and 43 yards, respectively, and that was the offensive production for Crofton. Now, looking at the far side of the field, for Summerland, it was a rushing attack as well. Wagner, the junior, had 10 carries, 1 touchdown, and then there's 4 other players, each found the end zone 1 time, along with Mendoza. He found the end zone twice for Summerland. So that was the rushing attack that we'll expect to see tonight from Summerland.
With that, we'll take a quick break for the national anthem. We'll come back with the starting lineups and the opening kickoff. A rematch of last year's playoff. Summerland, Crofton, around the corner, right here on your home for Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics in KYN TV. Along Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner, back in a couple of minutes with the kickoff.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichson. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hardington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hardington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hardington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
All right, back here in Crofton, Nebraska, as we roll through our starting lineups of this ball game now from Kaiser Ag and Irrigation, your trusted Zimatic by Lindsey Dealer in Hardington. Let's roll through the starters here, Scott.
First up for the Summerland Bobcats, we have number 1, Austin Mendoza. Number 2, Cohen Schindler. Number 4, Mason Schwager. Number 5, Matthias Wagner. Number 11, Bo Ehlers. Number 21, Shane Jenkins. Number 22, Landon Nelson. And number 55, Jacob Schlecht. Head coach is Tom Thramer. Now for the Crofton Warriors. Number 3, Preston Foxhoven. Number 10, Jace Panning. Number 15, Jackson Lindy. Number 20, Trevor Allen. 22, Tyson Jackson. 35 is Porter Bartles. 47, Anthony Steffen. And 67, Luke DeRoos. Head coach is Johnny Ostermeyer in his first year of coaching as a head coach.
A longtime head coach for the Crofton Warriors, Tom Allen, has retired. Man, we wish him well. He was a great coach for a long time.
Yeah, very welcoming. Every time we came here to the field, he had no problem sitting down and chatting with us for a little bit. Definitely, he's going to earn a seat on the sidelines to watch a few games.
And good luck once again to Johnny Ostermeyer, new head coach for Crofton. Starting off the second game of the year for this Crofton Warrior team. And the home opener, first as the head coach. And we are ready for the kick. Summerland's going to put the foot to the football, and we are underway. It's Crofton to start things off with the football. They'll catch it about the 10-yard line. Little cut back, flag on the ground, but a big return for Crofton. Going down the far sideline, cut back again, still on his feet, all the way down to the 10, out near the 5. Knox Hagee returning that one a long way, but once again, Laundry on the field, way back at the 14-yard line of the home team, and it looks like it's going to be a block in the back.
Yeah, definitely a penalty on Crofton going to come way back. That was going to be about a 60-yard penalty. But maybe a little bit of a emotional victory there, knowing they can get a big return against Summerland.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's emotional. How do you take a play like that? Are you encouraged that you were able to break open something like that? Are you discouraged because it's coming back and even you're going to get pinned back deeper? It's going to be showing how these teams respond. I will say Summerland in particular, young this year. They graduated a lot of their team from this last season. We'll take a look at them. And Crofton, they certainly return a few pieces. Chief among those, as you mentioned with some of the pregame stats, Tyson Jackson, Jace Panning, who were massive for this team last year. Wyatt Tramp, their leading running back from last season, graduated now at Mount Marty University in Yankton. So Crofton's going to start things off at their own 9-yard line, have that tight formation that we know from Crofton running out of the eye. It's going to be Panning, the tailback. Gets about 2 or 3 on the first carry of the game, going off his left guard. 2nd and 8, incoming now. Panning, now in his senior year as the starting running back for the Warriors.
I was just going to say, it feels like we've been announcing him for several years.
Really broke out in his sophomore year. split carries with Wyatt Tramp for 2 years. Now him and Tyson Jackson splitting, and there goes Jackson. Takes a quick pitch out to the right side, and he's going to take this one for about 23 yards, it looks like it's going to be. Tyson Jackson all the way down near midfield. It's at the 35-yard line. Midfield, once again, is the 40-yard line. This is Northeast Nebraska 8-man football in Class D1. 8 men on the field for both sides. So 5 yards away from midfield at the 35. Crofton splits one out to the left. That's Panning, now in motion, working from left to right. Quarterback Preston Foxhoven takes the snap, gives Panning. Panning's going to scramble up the gut for about 9. 2nd and 1 incoming for the home team Warriors. Starting the game off strong on the ground, and we know Crofton can run the football. That's exactly their bread and butter.
That was a shoestring tackle there, preventing a touchdown. Panning almost broke that one free.
We've had a couple of those almost breaking free. Starting here, it's going to be Jackson lining up as a wingback, swinging out to the left, pitch to the left side. That's 35 down the sideline. That was Porter Bartles, who is wearing 35 this year. I think Warriors fans are used to 35 handling the football, as that was Wyatt Tramp's number the last few years. It'll be taken over by Porter Bartles now.
Absolutely. Number 35 doing a great job of rushing. And Porter Bartles, the son of the late Blake Bartles, good friend of mine, on the field today for Crofton.
Porter Bartles, I believe, played some offensive line, quite a bit of offensive line last year. Now looks like he's going to be more of a fullback role this year. I formation for the Warriors. Tight end off the right side. Jackson the tailback, 1st and 10, and there's going to be pre-snap penalties and a false start on the home team. We're early in the season, game number 2. Some of those procedure penalties common this time of year.
Yeah, it looked like we had about 4 players go. 4 did not, maybe 5. As is back them up 5, they'll replay the down.
All I know is the center was right there, as always.
He's always right.
Center is always right. Today's center looks like that is Anthony Steffen for Crofton. 1st and 15, I formation again. Jackson the tailback, swinging out, throwing to the right. Foxhoven completes the pass to Bartles. Down cross midfield to about the 25-yard line before he'll go out of bounds. Porter Bartles, who is listed on our roster as an offensive lineman, looks like he's going to be more of a kind of a halfback role there. They're going to use him wherever they can.
That was a nice pass and catch there, gain of about 6. I'll bring up 2nd down.
Porter Bartles, a junior this year. Preston Foxhoven, the sophomore quarterback, takes the snap in the gun, hands off, Panning on a quick jet sweep to the left side, and he's going to get another 13 out of this. Down near the 12-yard line. Crofton in the red zone now. Crofton has moved down the field very easily to start off this game. 9:15 on the clock in the first quarter. No score thus far. This is the opening drive of the ballgame. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner, back once again for Northeast Nebraska High School football. Foxhoven alone in the back. Now will send a man in motion left to right. Drops to throw. Throws to the end zone. Nearly picked. Nearly picked. The only man who touched that was a defender for Summerland. That was Bo Ehlers, who had a hand on that one, had 2 hands on it, should have been picked, dropped it in the end zone.
Yeah, pass sailed just a little bit high, should have been intercepted right at that goal line. A break for Crofton early in this game.
By the way, our field conditions, 60 degrees at kickoff. Beautiful conditions, very little wind. Keeper up the middle. It's going to be Jackson. Jackson struggling. Got near the 1st down marker, going to go down at about the 4. And that'll be 3rd down now for Crofton. 1st down passing completion. 2nd down. That run of about 7 here from Jackson. 3rd and 3 from the 4-yard line. They can get a 1st down at the 1. Shotgun. Jackson off the left side, left shoulder of the quarterback and Foxhoven. He'll take the snap, keep it himself, going right up the middle. Looks like he has the 1st down, but not the touchdown. It's right at the sticks. We'll actually see where they mark him. The initial spot, looking at the official on the far sideline, might have been just short. And even more bad news for Crofton. It looks like Preston Foxhoven, the quarterback, lost his helmet, and he's got to check out for a play on a big 4th down.
Yeah, hopefully.
Let's see where they mark it here.
Hopefully they got a wildcat play drawn up here.
They're going to measure. Here come the chains. Hopefully they get this, or they're going to be without their quarterback on this 4th down play. Here's the measure. They're extending the sticks, and it is
Oh.
Still waiting for it. Oh, man, it's
Get
close.
the index card
Get
out.
the index card. Short by an inch or two.
There was 3 referees
down.
had to get down there, literally kind of kneel down and look. It must have been really close.
All right, here we go. 4th and inches from about the 1.5, 2-yard line. And Preston Foxhoven lost his helmet on the last play. He's on the sideline. It's Tyson Jackson going to play quarterback here. Tailback is going to be panning, and it's an easy tush push for a touchdown. Right up the middle, Foxhoven, keeper, easy touchdown for Crofton. They had no doubts there. It's a really good substitute for him, as Tyson Jackson was their quarterback all of last season. Foxhoven goes out, able to just plug him into his old role and just go right up the middle. That worked well. Touchdown.
Smart play by Crofton there, especially as you mentioned, the quarterback coming out. My least favorite play in football, just got to get that out there as it is, though. 6 points on the board for Crofton.
All right, going for 2 here. Foxhoven back in the game, and he is alone in the backfield. He'll take it, drop back to throw. 3-step drop, throws to the end zone, and there is going to be defensive pass interference. Looks like it was Austin Mendoza in coverage on panning. Just got there a split second too early.
And it was probably a penalty that it wasn't even necessary. The ball looked like it was going to be overthrown, as it was early contact there made by Summerland.
But as it stands, Crofton is going to get half the distance to the goal and retry the 2-point conversion here. 8:05 on the clock. In the first quarter, Crofton scores their first touchdown. Quarterback takes it again, trying to run it in. He's going to lower his shoulder and bang into the end zone. 2 men off of him. Foxhoven able to get in the end zone. That'll be 8-0. Crofton with the advantage, 8:05 on the clock. We'll come back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Crofton High School football on KYN TV.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a 5th-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today, Bank of Hartington. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
8-0, Crofton strikes first. They get the ball first, march all the way down the field, and get into the end zone in a long drive to start it off. I want to say methodical because it was all on the ground for the most part, but they really were averaging about 10 yards a carry. It was impressive, just going straight down the field.
It was only one pass play there, a completion that took place on the near side here. But when you're efficient running the ball, just keep pushing it up the middle, and that's exactly what Crofton did.
Crofton's ready to kick this thing off now. It'll be Ty Nielsen ready to kick it away. Nielsen puts it deep, lands at the 5-yard line into the arms of a Summerland player, and he has a slight hole down the right edge. He'll go down near the 30-yard line. A good return for Austin Mendoza, Jr. Summerland Bobcats, decent field position to start things off. From the return from Mendoza. 29-yard line, they're officially going to start off this drive. Scott, what do you think these keys are for Summerland starting against Crofton here?
They're going to have to be efficient on as well as rushing the ball right up the middle against Crofton. They have a size advantage, it looks like, up front with their offensive linemen. That'll be the matchup in this contest.
Mason Schwager, their starting quarterback, takes it. Quick swing pass to the left side. Crofton's all over it. Tackle for loss to start things off. That was Trevor Allen who got there first. Brought down Matthias Wagner in the backfield for a 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12 incoming. That's a good start defensively for the Crofton Warriors. Schwager and Wagner, both juniors. Looking at the starting lineup for Summerland, I told you they were young. We've got junior, freshman, junior, senior, sophomore. One senior in the starting lineup for Summerland. They are young this year. Graduated a lot from the playoff team last year that went deep. Rolling to his right is the young quarterback, and he's going to throw on the run, and it is tight coverage. Going to fall incomplete, out of the reach of Mendoza. Schwager's pass hits the turf. And that will be, or it's the grass, I guess. We're on a natural grass field. And that'll be 3rd and 12 incoming after the incompletion.
Yeah, how quickly Summerland finds themselves a little bit of a 3rd and long here on their own side of midfield with 7:06 to go. They're definitely, if nothing else, get a few more yards and try to close that gap and be able to flip the field if they have to punt on 4th down.
One thing Coach Tom Thramer told me as I was talking to him pregame, if I asked him if there's one key that makes it to where you're going to win this game, he said we've got to protect the quarterback and throw the ball. See if they can do it here on a long 3rd down. 3rd and 12 or 13, long one. Quarterback going to try and keep it, rolling to his right. Crofton all over him and just throws it away. That's going to bring up 4th down. Going to have a punt formation incoming for Summerland. First play went backwards, 2 incompletions after that.
And I was watching there, it's one of those, the pass kind of went out in the flat. I didn't see anybody in the vicinity, but there must have been someone there. Referee said incomplete, so it will be 4th down.
So Crofton set to get this one back, panning back at his own 20, ready to return this. Summerland gets the snap, high snap. Penalty flags instantly up, and it's not a great kick. It's a kick that goes straight up in the air and only travels 14 yards, and that is all. Bounce will help a little bit, but it's going to be a net of just over 20 yards. It's going to be 23 yards is the net on the punt. 30-yard line, Crofton will set up, but once again, got to check this flag. There's a solid chance Crofton might have jumped off sides here, in which case we're going to redo this, give him a free 5. Ooh. Missed the call from the official, but I did see him signal towards Summerland. And I can tell you right now there are 9 Summerland hats on the field.
Crofton should decline this if that's the case. Nope, they're going to repunt.
Going to repunt. Not sure they were given an option. Normally they'd blow that play dead right away. Yeah, it was too many men on the field. March them back, and they're marching back quite a ways. Going back 15 yards.
I thought it was just going to be a 5-yard penalty. That's why I was like, oh, Crofton's got great field position. No need to make him punt again, but 15 yards, that's enough. Now he's at his own goal line.
Yeah, and Panning is setting up near midfield to return this kick, and we know how dangerous he is. All right, here is the snap, and it's a bad one. And the punter is hit. Ball's on the ground in the end zone. It's picked up by one of the Bobcats and then fumbled again. Taken down in the end zone. Safety. 10-0. Crofton leads this ball game in the first quarter.
Crofton was dancing with, do they get 6 points or do they get 2? It was, the ball was just kind of slippery back there in the end zone, but they come away with the safety. Great play there by Crofton.
There's a heads-up play by one of the linemen there for Summerland as well, jumping on the loose football to save. As you said, instead of it being 6 or 8 points, it's only 2 for Crofton, but a safety nonetheless. We're going to have a kick from Summerland, a little free punt there, and then Crofton is going to be back on offense, up 10-0. So that defensive possession and the special teams kind of went about as well as you could hope for Crofton. They started off with a tackle for loss on first down, incompletions on second and third. The fourth down, there's a penalty right away, a really bad penalty there on Summerland. Too many men on the field. Back them up near the goal line from the penalty yardage. And then there's a bad snap. Fumble it in the end zone. Crofton gets the safety. This game has started very well for the Warriors.
All on the heels of giving up 78 points a week ago. So absolutely, the defensive side for Crofton is coming out to play.
Crofton needed to step up defensively today, and it looks like they have done exactly that so far.
On the heels of that safety, now it's going to push them back to the 15-yard line is where Summerland's going to kick off. So, again, great field position should be in order.
Panning back near his 15, ready to receive this. Kick is up in the air. It's a short one, and it's brought in at the 20 by Panning, who's on the run. He's already at the 30, 35 to the 40 before he goes down right at midfield. Crofton going to start with great field position, already up 10-0. This is a rematch from last year's playoffs once again, in which Summerland knocked Crofton out of the playoffs in the first round. I think Crofton might be a little upset about that. They might remember that one.
Yeah, it's hard. You look back 2 years ago, they made it all the way to the semifinals. And when you get knocked out in the first round, especially some of these kids like Panning who have moved up there, juniors and seniors, they don't forget that.
First and 10. Quarterback keeper. Foxhoven going off his left guard, stumbling for about 4 yards on the first carry of the drive. Preston Foxhoven, that sophomore quarterback, gets 4, 2nd and 6 incoming. So 2nd and 6 here. Shotgun set with 2 receivers, or 3 receivers out wide. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. It's Tyson Jackson to the right shoulder of the quarterback Foxhoven. 3-step drop, throw over the middle of the field. Completed pass downfield for about 12 yards. It's Trevor Allen, the tight end, caught that one. And whistles again. We've got an injured player. Injured Warrior on the field, grabbing his right knee. And with the player lying on his back, I cannot see the number. Cannot see the number. And the Crofton sideline has taken a knee. Summerland is starting to do the same. Player's helmet is off, and they're helping him to his feet now. That's Panning. Jace Panning in his senior season, going to be limping off the field very gingerly, favoring that right knee. Only took about 4 steps and now stops. Starts again. His coach comes over to give him a pat. Teammates give him a pat, but he is walking off the field under his own power. A heavy limp, but his own power.
Yeah, he's definitely not liking walking off. We'll see the trainers from Avera. They're here tonight.
But it is going to be first down after that long catch and run by Trevor Allen on the last play. 1st and 10 for Crofton. We will keep an eye on Jace Panning here on the near sideline, give you an update if we get one. Right at about the 23-yard line, Crofton's rolling. Jackson going up the middle, makes a move to his left, jump cut, and he rolls for 5. 2nd and 5 incoming. So a great start for Crofton Warriors. Now kind of a little bit of a hush in the crowd as maybe their star player goes down.
Yeah, you could tell there's a little bit of quietness, one of those uneasy nervousness.
2nd and 5, it's going to be Foxhoven. Has a hole, breaks through it. Ooh, one man to beat, and he's taken down by the ankles. An 8-yard run. It'll be first down right at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal should be, but one man is all that stood between Preston Foxhoven and another touchdown.
Tell you what, a great compliment. You got Tyson Jackson, a little slower, but a bigger profile back, and then he's complemented well with Foxhoven, much quicker on his feet. I like the 1-2 punch that they have tonight for those two.
Panning is walking it off on the near sideline. He's pacing back and forth near midfield. Supervised by a trainer, but he's walking on it. Reverse handoff Jackson. Touchdown. Warriors again. Tyson Jackson for the 2nd time today. (16-0). Crofton leads this ball game.
Tehl, we got a long ways to go before we get to stats, but one that I'm liking right now, 5 carries for Jackson, 2 touchdowns.
And how many did he have last week again? Remind me.
It was 9.
Oh, so he's already up to 11 on the season, and we're 5 quarters, less than 5 full quarters into the season.
Yeah,
that is insane.
He's leading the state, no question.
Procedure penalty right to start off the 2-point conversion. Yeah. This is going to be a false start on the offense. They're going to have to redo this.
Yeah, the fullback took off a little bit too early forward towards the line of scrimmage there, so he's going to be flagged.
It's actually, it might not end up being a terrible thing for Crofton that they have this on him, because there was a man wreaking havoc in the backfield, came right in to put a hit on Tyson Jackson. I don't think he would have got there. So at least with this penalty, they actually get a second chance.
Kind of a freebie here from about the 8-yard line.
Yep, you're backed up quite a ways, but once again, I don't think it would have been successful. So this is actually a good thing for the Warriors. Throw over to the right side, into the end zone, and it is caught. 2-point conversion, good. Jackson Lindy brings that one in the end zone. 18-0 is your score. Crofton is on top of Summerland. We are About midway through the first quarter, 4:48 on the clock in the first. We're going to go ahead and take a 30-second break. We'll come back. Summerland back on offense. They're going to touch the ball for only the second time today, and they're down 18-0. Back with Summerland's offense in 30 seconds on KYN TV.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
18-0, Crofton leads over Summerland to start off this ball game, and a great home opener for the Crofton Warriors thus far. It's only the second time Summerland is going to be touching the football, and it's going to be the fifth play they've run all game incoming, including a punt in there. So this is a great start for Crofton.
Exactly what I was going to say. They just haven't ran any plays. They got no chance so far, and they're down 18.
Not a great kick, but it does stay in bounds down the right sideline. Turns into a great kick, but Crofton gives a massive hole. Flag on the play, but across midfield already is the return man in Rogan Robertson, taken down near the 30-yard line in opposing territory, but got to think this one is coming back. A flag back near the 20-yard line in Summerland territory, and it is coming back.
Yeah, blocking the back there on that return. Otherwise, there was a lot of green grass and some missed tackles at the point of attack there as he picked up that football. So Crofton getting lucky with the penalty.
So Summerland's going to get back here on offense and once again run their fifth play. They're down 18 points, and they're having their their fourth offensive snap. That includes a punt, so it's impressive how Crofton has started this game.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely is some great leadership there on the defensive side.
Touchdown, safety, touchdown. It's about as perfect as it gets.
And these two schools the last 2 years, man, it was a shootout. Just both times it was.
Summerland this year, as I said, young this year, only one senior on the starting offense. Graduated a lot. A lot of players getting their first start tonight. Handoff, running back up the middle. Going to go for about 2 yards. I think that was Ethan Kester.
Yep, number 9, Ethan Kester, a 170-pound senior off that left side.
So 4:20 on the clock, first quarter. Once again, 18-0 your score. Crofton is on top. All right, 2nd and 7 here, incoming. Matthias Wagner off the right shoulder of Schwager, the quarterback. Man in motion, they'll throw out. Nope, it's going to be in the backfield, and quarterback is dancing and going to go down. Ball's out. Ball comes out. Who's got it? Everybody's piling up. No word yet. Ball definitely came out.
Yep, it's going to stay Summerland
and it
ball.
It is Summerland ball, yes. Looks like they were able to recover it. That was close. On their second snap of the drive, they almost coughed it up. As it stands, that'll be a heavy sack. Takes them back about 10 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 16. 3rd and 16 once again for Summerland Bobcats. They're in danger of having their second consecutive 3-and-out to start off this ball game. Snap, quarterback. They have a different quarterback back there, and he's going to try and run it up the middle. Short gain for Aiden McAllister, another senior. McAllister ran it up the middle, gained about 5 or 6 there. It's still going to be 4th and 11, though. 3rd and very long. They just do a little run up the middle. I wonder if they were just trying to give either catch Crofton off guard or give a little more room to their punter. He is standing in the end zone as it stands right now. 4th down, it's a good snap for the punter, and it's blocked! Crofton got a hold of it. Jackson picks it up at the 10, and he's taken down instantly. Crofton got a finger on that one. Oh my gosh, this is about as good of a start as you could ask for the Crofton Warriors. They've got it first and goal on their third possession of the game. They're up 18-0, and they have allowed exactly 8 offensive snaps for the other team.
Summerland in their own end zone by about a yard, and 2 Crofton players get in there. I don't know which one got a hand on it. Ball only went 10 yards before Jackson picks it up, and he's tackled. It's going to be first and goal from the 9.
At the 9-yard line officially, and Panning is back in the game. Panning has got it, moving to his right, and he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Gain of about 1 on the play, and that is all, but I'm just happy to see him back in the game.
Absolutely. He's one of those, if not the leader, definitely one of the 2 or 3 that lead this team emotionally as well as on stats.
Preston Foxhoven now under center. Only 2 yards behind him is Jackson. Panning in motion, right to left. They're going to give it to him up the middle. Panning going to be swung down at about the 5-yard line now. So 2 short gains, and it's going to be third and goal from the 5 for the Crofton Warriors.
Got to think 4-down territory here, even though it's one of those, if they're going to kick or how they're going to play this out. But when you're sitting inside first and goal at the 9, it's 4 plays all the way.
Foxhoven under center again. Everybody in tight. They're going to pitch it back. Going to the right side and losing yards here is Porter Bartles. 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Clock is moving, and we're going to have 4th down from the 8. We just had one of these 8-yard line, whereas the 2-point conversion for the Warriors on their last touchdown. They threw it, and they did complete the pass in the end zone. We'll see what they have in store on one play from about the 8-9 yard line again.
I like it. They went right on the first down, left on second, back to the right. And we'll see what head coach Ostermeyer draws up on 4th down.
45 seconds left in the quarter. It is Foxhoven. Shotgun. Drops back to pass. Looking left. Throws to the right. He's got it. Picked off. Picked off on 4th down. It is taken in by Bo Allers. Allers takes away that pass. Forced by the quarterback, but 4th down. You're always going to force something there, but it is picked off and taken away by Summerland. They'll have it at the 6.
So it actually turned out to be a 3-yard advance of the football from the position. So no harm, no foul, just trying to make a play.
So 1st and 10 for Summerland from the 6, but for Summerland, all of a sudden something goes right. You can take a breath, you can calm down and go down the field and score and try and get back in this game. 32 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter. 1 snap is all the Bobcats have to do to get into a little bit of a break, but all of a sudden their defense backed up against in their own territory, starting it on the 9-yard line after the block punt. They're able to turn Crofton away. Let's see if that can give them some momentum and get back in this game. Handoff right up the gut. Good cut and a decent run of about 7. That should end the quarter. It was once again Ethan Kester running the football. 2nd and 3 incoming. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Summerland does not have to snap it and doesn't look like they're going to. So first quarter is in the books. Let's thank a few of our sponsors like Kaiser Ag and Irrigation, your trusted Zematic by Lindsay Dealer in Hardington. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. You're listening to Crofton High School football as they lead 18-0 after 1 on KYN-TV.
70 years ago in 1955, Moody Motors was founded on common sense, down-to-earth family values, and that same philosophy still holds true to this day. We strive to be the best and respect all customers. Are we perfect? Heck no. Do we make mistakes? Sure we do. All I'm saying is that our crew works hard to give you the best purchasing or service experience possible. Thank you for your business the last 70 years, and we look forward to serving you in the future, right here at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit ExplorerCU.com to join the journey today.
Out of the quarter break, 18-0 your score. Crofton leads after one. Crofton about as hot of a start as you could ask for. Touchdown, safety, touchdown in the first 3 drives. But that fourth one, they block the punt. They're able to get it first and goal from the 9 starting their drive, but they're turned away. 3 straight plays where they either gain nothing or go backwards. And then all of a sudden, fourth down interception. Summerland has a little bit of momentum starting off this second quarter. They'll start it off with a handoff, and instantly momentum's taken back by Crofton. Wreaking havoc in the backfield. Trey Tramp with the tackle for loss.
I was about to say, you know what, Summerland might take that little momentum. No, you're exactly right. Take the loss. Now they're working backwards inside their own 10.
3rd and 6, a 3-yard loss for Summerland. We'll see what they've got here on 3rd down. They've yet to have a first down in this game. 2 consecutive 3-and-outs and 2 punts, and neither punt has gone well. The first one ended up being a high snap, ended up being a safety as it rolled into the end zone. The second punt blocked. They really need to get some yards here on 3rd down. I think we got a timeout called. Timeout, Summerland. They got to talk about this on 3rd and 6. We'll take it with them. Back here in 60 seconds, you're listening to Crofton High School football on KYN TV.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichsen. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Third down run goes nowhere. Summerland tries going off the left side of their line, and they get about a yard. That is all. 4th down incoming for the Summerland Bobcats. Once again, Crofton turns them away.
Trouble spot here. Now they're punting again. Their punter's going to be on their own goal line. I believe this is a different punter back this time, though.
Yeah, that's going to be Matthias Wagner, a junior, who's going to be back to punt. Different punter in the game, as you said, but the hasn't all been on the punter. The snaps haven't been great. Neither was that one, but Wagner's able to pick it up and get it off. Panning brings it in at the 40-yard line, cuts to his left. He's got 10 yards, nearly 15. Near the 26-yard line, he'll be taken out of bounds. A 14-yard return for the senior.
I'm going to call it. Wagner just saved it. If we'd had the last punter in, he was just a much shorter punter, there would have been either over his head or trouble. He fielded that with one hand and kicked it off. So nice play.
Very good athletic play for him. As you said, the snap wasn't great. Had to jump in the air and kind of catch it with one hand. Batted it to himself, brought it in, and got the kickoff. I will credit the blocking for Summerland there, because if somebody had got in unblocked, as they had the last 2 plays, they would have had time to get to him with that little bobble. So things went well for Summerland there. Crofton now starting on offense at the 26-yard line. Throw into the end zone instantly. Open man, Panning. Caught. Touchdown. One play. 26 yards. 26-yard touchdown pass. Preston Foxhoven to Jace Panning.
We've seen that pass before. Panning, I believe, just a couple of years ago, 4 touchdowns in a game. Now he comes with that one there. Got straight down the center of the field and got behind the secondary. Wide open is Panning.
It's Crofton's MO. They run it down your throat, run it up the gut all game long, and every now and then they'll try and throw something deep. 2-point conversion, Jackson into the end zone, but Laundry on the field. I think we've got either a crackback or a block in the back here. There was a block in the back. It was a pretty obvious one right in front of, on the right side of the offensive line, and that one's coming back for sure. Conversion was good, but once again, there's the call. Blocking the back. Crofton's going backwards. So for the second time, they've had a penalty on a 2-point conversion. Last time they were still able to convert it, but this one will be backed up a little bit farther. Last time was only a 5-yard penalty, this time a 10-yard penalty. So it'll be 2-point conversion from about the 13-yard line instead of the 8. 24-0 is your score. Foxhoven takes the snap, looking to throw, rolling to his left, good blocking. And did he cross the line of scrimmage? Either way, it's incomplete pass to the end zone. He was standing right at the line of scrimmage when he threw that one. I thought he might have been a step over, but incomplete either way. And the 2-point conversion, no good. 24-0, your score will stand. Crofton still on top in a big way with 10-12 left in the second quarter. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner, back in 30 seconds on KYN TV.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hartington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes.
(10-12) on the clock, 24-0. Crofton leads over Summerland in the home opener for the Warriors. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner on a beautiful Friday night. 60 degrees at kickoff. We've gotten so lucky with the weather so far this fall.
Unseasonably cool. 15 degrees below what should be on our average highs. Beautiful out.
Oh, it's been just beautiful. You can't ask for better for early September and late August football. Crofton ready to kick this one away. Foot to football, and Summerland's going to return this. And it is through the fingers of Cohen Schindler, and it hit the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Yep, one of those rules where if it's touched and not handled and completed the handling out in the field of play, it goes into the end zone. It is a touchback.
Works well for Summerland there, that rule, as they get it at the 15 instead of, well, whatever could have happened there, as the player would have had to run backwards 10 yards, grab it out of the end zone, and try and make something of it. You never know, but Crofton was breathing down his neck real quick. So they get it at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Bobcats have struggled so far, yet to get a first down in this game. A quarter and 2 minutes in. 10:07 on the clock. First down, run to the left, and the ball comes out again. Ball comes out, quarterback keeper. It was Schwager who took it, and it's Crofton football. Oh, man. Schwager's had trouble holding on to the football today. Second fumble. This one bites him. So 1st and 10 Warriors now from the 18-yard line. Already up 24-0. 10 minutes left in the first half. Very impressive what Crofton has done so far today. 1st and 10, I formation. Take the snap, Jackson running off the left side, and he's gone instantly. Touchdown, Crofton Warriors. Gone. Crosses the plane, and the second straight drive. Crofton one play and a touchdown. That one an 18-yard run from the junior and Tyson Jackson.
Folks, Tehl Tanner called that touchdown when he was on about the 10-yard line. That's how wide open that blocking was on the left side. Was fantastic for Crofton.
9:51 on the clock, 30-0 is your score. Crofton is on top of this ball game. A stunner we're having here in Crofton, Nebraska tonight. I expected some really good fireworks between these two teams that were both playoff teams last year. Had a great game in the playoffs. 2-point conversion is good, and a good pass to Trevor Allen. But back to what we were talking about here. 32-0, 9:51 on the clock. This is kind of a surprise to me. I really thought this was going to be something else. But Crofton coming in, their 4 defensive possessions have just been incredible. They started off forcing a punt, then a safety, then a punt. Those 2 punts, by the way, one of them ends up being a safety, and then they have a block. And then this last one there, they do get it away, but it doesn't matter.
You know, you're exactly right.
Panning returns it back for about 15 yards, and then it's a one-play touchdown to him. This next one, they don't even get to second down. It's a fumble. They get it back. One-play touchdown for the second drive in a row. It's impressive what Crofton has done.
When we look at schedules and try to pick things out, we pick certain games of the year, and this is definitely one that jumped at me right away.
100%.
I want to call this game is what I'm thinking. And then you kind of got to make other games fit into the schedule down the road. But this is not what I expected.
We'll see what Summerland can do, see if they can kind of get back into this. But 32-0, and we're less than a quarter and 3 minutes into the game. Crofton, we know their offense is high flying as they put up 76 points last week, but the defense has stepped up this week. Kick return comes out to the 25-yard line, and still on his feet is Barlow. Barlow cuts back to his left. Now he's across midfield. Warriors in the area. They'll take him down at about the 35 in Crofton territory. A great return, and that's how you got to respond if you are the Bobcats. You got to have a good return, get decent field position, and go get on the board. Summerland still yet to have a first down in this ball game. We'll see if their offense can take advantage of this field position.
I have to put a little bit of what you said in pregame, that Summerland is very young. I think some of that is playing into this game so far tonight.
Graduated a lot, did the second-round playoff team from last year. A lot of players making their second start tonight. I said first earlier, but this is the second game of the year for them. T formation in the shotgun, quarterback keeper, hit in the backfield, tackle for loss. 2 yards backwards goes the quarterback and Schwager. I think first there at Tyson Jackson from the linebacker position. Sent on a blitz, and he got right in there. 2nd and 12 incoming for the Bobcats. Once again, starting off a drive going backwards.
Yeah, the defensive front just getting into the backfield, disrupting everything at the point of attack. And they're only playing a 3-3 defense, is Crofton.
That put 6 up front and 8-man football, 2 on the outsides. And they've been getting a great push, and I think we're going to take a timeout here. Yep, they took a little too long to get that play call in. They were running out of time. Timeout. Bobcats, their second of the half. Crofton still has 3. Bobcats will have 1 left. We'll take a quick break with them of 30 seconds. 8:52 on the clock, 32-0 Crofton. Back in 30 seconds on KYN TV.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
Second down play, backfield again. OJ's panning, what a hit. Another yard loss, a quick pass, screen play to the right side. It was Cohen Schindler who caught the pass, and Panning put a hit on, loss of 2, I think, actually. It'll be 3rd and 14. And an impressive hit from Jace Panning. Soon as the man catches the screen pass out there, leveled by the senior. Schindler, only a freshman. Welcome to high school football. 3rd and 14 once again. Rush on the quarterback instantly. Rolls to his left. A new quarterback in the game. Gets some positive yardage, but still going to be 4 yards short of the line to gain. That was Cash Kester. Number 8, Cash Kester, who went back to throw that one. And he's taken down. 4th and 4 now incoming, but in positive territory. You're at the 29-yard line of Crofton, and with the game situation being what it is, down 32-0, I'd say go for this. It looks like that's exactly what Summerland is going to do. They've got the yardage where they've got a chance here. 4th and 4. Have yet to complete a first down today. They're looking for their first and get things rolling.
And they've had trouble on their punt team, so yeah, I think this have to go for it here.
All right, 4th and 4, handoff. First down, first of the game. Summerland gets something cooking here. Had a great kick return, and it took 4 downs, but they do get their first down, and a little something working. 7:19 on the clock, 32-0. Crofton does lead, but now at the 24-yard line in opposing territory, Summerland starting to put together a drive. For the first time here today, and that's what you want to see from a young team. Sometimes all it takes is one good drive, and you can kind of settle down. Snap, looking to throw over the middle of the field. Not a great throw, and it is incomplete. That was Cash Kester once again. Number 8, the new quarterback in there. Throwing that one. Incompletion stops the clock. 2nd and 10 now, 7:02 on the clock before halftime. Kester lines up shotgun. That'll be Wagner off his right shoulder. Hands to Wagner, and now Kester's the lead blocker going to the left. He'll be taken down after a decent gain. It'll be 3rd and short. See where they mark him here. It's only going to be a yard or two. But 3rd and short incoming. About the 16-yard line. Yep, 16-yard line. They need the 15 for a first down. 3rd and 1. Same formation. Kester in the gun. Wagner off his right shoulder. Hands to Wagner again. Wagner hit in the backfield. Able to break the tackle. Break it for a short gain and another first down. Starting to stack them now. Near the 10-yard line. I think they're going to set up at about the 11, looks like. Yep, 11-yard line, so it is 1st and 10. They can get a first down at the 1. 6:16 on the clock here in the second quarter.
This is a little more like we're expecting. Nice chunk plays from Summerland settling down, big running backs. See if they can't put one in the end zone.
Cash Kester, new quarterback, seems to be making a difference. They got an athletic guy in the backfield, and he's running it himself. Down inside the 5, taken down at the 3. 2nd and 2 incoming from the 3-yard line of Crofton.
Ball carrier number 8, Cash Kester. Tyson Jackson with the tackle.
.5:30 on the clock in the second quarter. 32-0. Crofton does lead. Summerland knocking on the door of their first score here tonight. Inside of the 5-yard line. 2nd and 2 from the 3, and I think we're going to have our 3rd time out of the game. Yep, Summerland just took way too long to get that play in. They line up, and it's already starting to wind down on them, so that is their 3rd and final time out of the half, actually.
Yeah, had to burn those. 5:14 to go before the half. And the coach knows this is very important. I'm looking up. It's been a while, Tehl, since we went over some of the rules, but once you get to 35 points, that's when the mercy rule kicks in.
Yes, it is.
It's only effective in the second half.
Yep.
And I'm just seeing, is it one of those, if they say if it hits more than 35 and it comes under, does it stop that rule or does it keep it in effect? That's what I'm looking at.
I believe that's a rule change in recent years.
Yep.
I thought it used to be not in effect anymore. I'm not sure anymore. We'll have to check that here in a little bit if we do get there. But Summerland, once again, knocking on the door of thwarting that. Our timeout today brought to you by Top Crop. Maximize your success this season with top-notch crop consulting and services offered at Top Crop. Visit topcropinc.com. All right, 2nd down, run up the middle. And it's going to be short, 3rd and 1 for Kester, the quarterback. It was a keeper. Short gain. Give him a yard. 3rd and 1. Oh, maybe even a half a yard. Short gain there. 4:53 on the clock. Kester lines up in a T. Running backs on either side of his shoulders. Gun. Hands off to the man on his left. That's Wagner. Wagner near the first down, but I think Crofton stuffed him again. That's going to be 4th down, and Crofton all of a sudden, maybe a bend don't break situation, but they've still got one more down. They've got to hold. 4th and 1 inside of the 5-yard line. They can still get a first down if they get to the 1.
Crofton gives up about 40 rushing yards in the last couple minutes, and now they make a great stand at the goal line.
All right, real tight formation, and they're going for the tush push, and it's a touchdown. The tush push didn't work. Kester went up the middle, and they got no push at all, and he stops, spins, breaks it to the outside. Every Crofton Warrior crushed into the middle, and he just walked into the end zone. That was great heads-up awareness by the sophomore and Kester right there, realizing he didn't have it, bounced to the outside. First touchdown of the game for the Bobcats.
Yeah, kudos to the head coach for Summerland. Saw that he needed to make a change at the quarterback, and since they brought in Cash Kester, things have operated a little differently. He's a bigger profile back, got in there for the score.
So with 4:05 on the clock in the second quarter, Summerland gets on the board. 2-point conversion attempt now. Kester throws to the end zone, completed pass, 2-point conversion is good. That wasn't actually Kester, that was Mendoza who threw to the end zone. Mendoza's pass is complete to Bo Ehlers. 4:05 on the clock, 32-8. Now is your score. Summerland gets on the board. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back here in 30 seconds on KYN TV. Crofton getting the ball back.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
So 32-8 now. Summerland on the board versus Crofton. Summerland's going to kick this one away. Panning back deep to return this one. Good kick. Panning backtracks to the 5 and brings it in. Panning with blockers ahead of him. Gets hit at about the 20, drags him to the 25, and that's where Crofton will start their next drive. Up 32-8 once again. They have scored every single time they've touched the football so far tonight. And one time when they didn't on the defense.
And I'll take responsibility for that Summerland score. The 35-point rule.
You're going to take responsibility for the Summerland score. You ran it in?
Yep.
Well done, Scott. You got this.
It's been a few years. If a team is on the receiving end of the 35-point rule and then they lower it below, then the clock does go back to normal operation.
And once again, that's only effective in the second half either way. But we are 4 minutes away, and the ball is out. Ball is on the ground. A bad handoff to start off the drive. Summerland says they have it, and they do. One play, and Summerland gets it right back. Now, if you're Crofton, this is the exact thing you can't have happen. You start up 32-0. You can't collapse. Good thing for them. They've got some cushion room.
They got some cushion, but this is one thing guarantee at half. The coach is going to say, look, we need to focus, button things up, and operate like we were because we started getting sloppy towards the end of the first half.
Nothing irritates a coach more than 1, bad pre-snap penalties, and 2, slowing down when you get a little bit of a lead. Summerland, 1st and 10 from the 26 in Crofton territory. No gain on the first play. It was Cash Kester, quarterback, moving to his right, taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a half a yard they'll give him. That is all. Second down, 3:28 on the clock and counting. So Summerland here, you remember Crofton started off with the football. Summerland, if they do this right, could go 2 for 1 in and out of the half. 3.5 left to play. They need to take as much time in this drive as they can, leave nothing for Crofton. Second down, they're going to reverse it. Now throw to the end zone. Open man, well overthrown. Summerland ran the reverse, had a wide receiver. Throw the football to the end zone. Well overthrown. They were looking for Mendoza down the left sideline, and he was, no, excuse me, that is Schindler down the left sideline. He was open. Ball overthrown. It'll be third down. And good news for Crofton, incompletion stops the clock. If they get a good third down stop here, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout come in. Crofton still has all three. Summerland is out. 3:04 on the clock. They're going to run it up the middle this time. Crofton does get a stop right near the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. It's going to be 4th and 9. I wonder if Crofton's going to call that timeout here and stop the clock. 3 minutes left. Clock is ticking. 4th down. Looks like Crofton's going to keep those 3 timeouts in their back pocket. Let the clock get ticked down. They're going to get it back with a little over 2 minutes left. So they're going to keep all 3 of their timeouts. There's different strategies there for different coaches. I always like taking it there, but they're going for it on 4th, so it could have been wasted. 4th down, 4th and 9. Going back to throw. Throw the ball to the right. Got a man in a screen. Got plenty of Crofton Warriors around him, and he's going to go down for a tackle for loss. Crofton gets it back, turnover on downs. They're going to have 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line in their own territory. 2:13 on the clock. And they have their full complement of timeouts to march down the field. 2:13 and 3 timeouts. Crofton will take over.
You mentioned that 2 for 1, and nobody did it better than Coach Belichick in the NFL. But he got his welcome into the college ranks last week, playing a tough game down there. If you didn't see the score on that one, go ahead and pull that up.
Hey, the first drive was fun for UNC there.
That was it.
That was
it.
All right, we're going to have Fox Oven moving to his right, taken down instantly by Summerland. No gain on 1st down, 2nd and 10 incoming for the Warriors.
I'm assuming they're probably brothers, Cash Kester and Ethan Kester. That time it was Ethan getting a good push into the backfield. The defense and the offense has woken up for the Summerland team.
2nd and 10. Jackson, the tailback. They're going to pitch it to him. He's going to the left, and he is gone. No flags. Down the field. Touchdown, Crofton. 54 yards. 54-yard touchdown run with 1:36 seconds left to go in the first half. Crofton, 2 plays, they strike. So if you're keeping track at home, by the way, the last 3 drives for Crofton, 4 plays, 3 touchdowns. Back-to-back 1-play touchdowns, and then a 2-play drive right there. This is just incredible blocking from Crofton. They've had a lot of long runs.
And just looking at some of his stats there, Jackson, unbelievable here in this first half.
2-point conversion attempt. Foxhoven takes the snap. Good blocking. Throws to the end zone. Missed his man. Was looking for Trevor Allen. And it is going to be incomplete. But either way, 38-8. The gap is 30 points with 1:36 to go. Summerland, with no timeouts, will have one last chance. Coming up in 30 seconds to end the first half on KYN TV.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
1:36 on the clock, ending up the first half. Crofton is on top of Summerland by 30. 38-8 is your score, 5 points away from, as you mentioned, Scott, that mercy rule taking effect in the second half. But Summerland now has a chance to do what we kind of talked about. They have no timeouts in the whole field to go, but they're going to receive the second half kickoff. If they're able to get down the field and get in the end zone here, they could go 2 for 1 and get right back into this game before Crofton ever touches the ball. There is a path for them to get back in this thing.
And Crofton has 3 timeouts.
They do. They did save them.
They might be able to get back in this, to get it again here in this first half.
You're right. They saved them on that last drive. There's the kick, and it's going to go into the end zone. Touchback. That saves time for Summerland. I don't mind that at all. They'll start on their own 15-yard line. Clock didn't start. 1:36 once again. with the touchback.
Like a strategy in chess that you and I play back and forth here of what might happen and what may not happen. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out.
Plenty of strategies. That's why we love the game of football. It truly is a bit of a chess match between coaches. I love the mental side of clock management. It's one of my favorite parts of the game.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the 15. Once again, 1:36 on the clock and no timeouts for the Bobcats. I'll take the snap, looking back to throw. Kester once again, and he's going to be, he got rid of it somehow. Completed pass to the left side for 4 yards. Kester had a man all over him. Was able to get rid of the ball as Trevor Allen got to him, and I think we're going to have an official's timeout for an injury here. Trevor Allen is down on the field, but it looks like it might just be a cramp. He has a teammate stretching him out and working on his calf. Even though it's not that hot, you still got to hydrate.
That in itself helps to some degree with this timeouts we're talking about. And it's going to be 2nd down and 5-ish, 6 on the scoreboard here for Summerland. If they can stop Summerland the rest of the way, call timeouts after each, the clock, they could get it back in theory with over a minute left to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Just got a thumbs up from the coaching staff out working on Trevor Allen to the head coach here in Ostermeyer. Looks like Allen's going to be good, just had a cramp. So he's got a bottle in his hands. He's drinking some water. They stretched out that right leg, but I would assume the half is probably done for him with 1:27 on the clock. Got to hydrate even when it's not that hot out there. Got to keep drinking water.
Tehl mentioned last quarter that field temperature 60 degrees. That's almost half of what it was 2 years ago right here when these two teams squared off. It was 105, 106 at kickoff. It was terrible on the field, and it was uncomfortable here in the shade in the booth.
That was unfortunate. Anyway, 2nd and 5 now for Summerland. Allen does come off the field. He looks okay. 2nd and 5, handoff, going up the middle again. Quick play. Crofton gets him down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout called here. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Clock is running. If Crofton wants it back, they'll be calling him, but maybe they're going to give him one more down. And maybe Crofton's content to go into the locker room as well. Clock is moving. Crofton does have timeouts to give. Did not call one there or on the last play. 3rd down as the clock ticks under a minute now. There's the snap, running up the middle again, and it is 1st down. So ended up being wise not using that timeout as the clock keeps moving, ticking away on Summerland's chances to end the half. 1st and 10. And the chains move. 54 seconds left in the first half. Chains move, ready for play. Clock starts again. Clock stops as the chains move on 1st down. Summerland still has just under a minute. Kester throwing deep, and it is hanging up in the air, and it's picked off. Picked off. Crofton Warriors get the interception, and they'll go down with 39 seconds left. No return on the interception. Not sure who grabbed that. Was that Preston Foxhoven there, Scott?
I didn't see. Yes.
Yep, Preston Foxhoven. Back deep, was able to jump up and get that, but unfortunately the quarterback got hit as he was going to the ground, and he's trying to shake out his right arm, which is his throwing arm. That's their quarterback with 40 seconds left in the game. They need him to throw the football, and he's shaking it out like he got hit on that arm pretty bad. We'll see how that affects him here. But he is going to be alone in the backfield. 4 receiver set, 2 wide out on either side. Alone in the backfield is Foxhoven. He's going to throw this football. Right-handed, throws it deep, and it is way too far, nearly picked off, incomplete. And he's holding that arm limp again. You got to assume that affected that throw.
Yep.
35 seconds left. You don't have to do Hail Marys. You've got some timeouts, and you've got a little bit of time to work with. We'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I do like this point in the game, though. This is one where a player can throw into double, triple coverage, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It just got to put it up there.
2nd and 10. Foxhoven under center, 3 receivers to the right. He'll take the snap, roll to his right, looking to throw. Nope, he's going to take off and get out of bounds. Short gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down, but got out of bounds to stop the clock with 27.5 seconds to go. 3rd and 6. for Crofton. One more down, and then I'd think about punting if I were them, or just let the half run out. Stay in bounds if you don't get the first down here, and just let the half run out. Summerland cannot stop the clock. They are out of timeouts. So 3rd and about 5. Foxhoven alone in the backfield once again. Foxhoven takes the snap, looks to his left, wanting to throw, throws deep, looking for Allen, and it's picked off again. End of half, interception, return down the right sideline. Kester cuts back across the field, and there's going to be a penalty on the return on Summerland. Everybody kind of stops because they know this is coming back in a bad way. Kester's trying to spin out of things. He'll go down, but penalty flags with 7 seconds left. The interception is going to stand. The return will not after another block in the back penalty. We've seen 3 of those now, if that's what this is. It'll be 2 on Summerland and 1 on Crofton that happened right at the beginning of the game. Waiting for the official ruling here, but I saw it, and it was holding. No, either way, that is still coming back. Spot of the foul, 10 yards back. It's going to be Summerland with 7 seconds to go, and they're going to have it near their own 27, 28-yard line. 27. Yep, 27-yard line, 7 seconds, no timeouts. 1 snap, kneel it, going to half.
7 seconds left in the first half.
So Crofton does get a chance with about 40 seconds left, but they're not able to do anything with it. Just throw it deep a couple of times, and an interception comes in with 7 seconds left. Here's the snap for Summerland, and they do kneel the ball, and that will take us to halftime. So we'll end the first half 38-8. Crofton leads over Summerland. A great first half for the Warriors, and some adjustments incoming for the Bobcats. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. You're listening to KYN TV YouTube, streaming live Crofton, Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics, as well as live on Hot Country 93.1's Facebook. You'll always hear us live here on Friday nights on Hot Country 93.1 Facebook. 38-8, once again, your score. We'll come back in a couple of minutes. We'll start our halftime show from Christensen Well and Irrigation. We'll come back with that in a couple of minutes, go through all the stats and the scoring plays, and we'll thank another big sponsor in Security Bank. Score big with all the products and services offered at Security Bank. It's my kind of bank. Back in a couple of minutes to start our halftime show. You're listening to Northeast Nebraska High School Football on KYN TV.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce, because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
70 years ago in 1955, Moody Motors was founded on common sense, down-to-earth family values, and that same philosophy still holds true to this day. We strive to be the best and respect all customers. Are we perfect? Heck no. Do we make mistakes? Sure we do. All I'm saying is that our crew works hard to give you the best purchasing or service experience possible. Thank you for your business the last 70 years, and we look forward to serving you in the future, right here at Moody Motors in Nyborough.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichsen. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hardington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes.
All right, back here to start off our Christensen Well halftime show. Well, Christensen Well and Irrigation, built in over 50 years of experience in the water well drilling industry, and your local Tehl Irrigation Systems dealer. Visit them on Facebook or at christensenwell.com. 38-8 your halftime score. Once again, Crofton leads over Summerland, and it was a crazy start to this game for Crofton. They got up 30-0 off some incredible defensive plays. The first couple of drives, the first drive of the game, they're able to force a punt that ends up, they get it in the end zone for a safety. Second defensive possession, they force a punt and they block it. They get it at the 9-yard line. They go up 18-0, well, before Summerland had over 8 snaps in the ball game, and then they just never looked back.
We've did everything possible in the rule book except kick an extra point and kick a field goal in this game so far. As you mentioned, it started out and it just kept going in Crofton's direction right out of the gate. 8:05 to go in that first quarter, a 2-yard touchdown run by Jackson. 2-point conversion was good by Preston Foxhoven. 8-0, Crofton jumps out on front. And then the safety, as we mentioned, that comes on a bad snap by Summerland. 10-0 your score. And at the 4:48 mark of that first quarter, a 10-yard touchdown run again by Jackson. 2-point conversion was good from Foxhoven to Lindy. 18-0 is where we sat after one. Now in the second quarter, continuing right on, Crofton 26-yard pass play from Foxhoven to Panning, and the 2-point attempt was no good, 24-0. 9:51 to go in that second quarter, 18-yard touchdown run again by Jackson. 2-point pass from Foxhoven to Allen, and then we get the score, the only score so far for Summerland at the 4:05 mark of that second quarter. 2-yard touchdown run by Cash Kester, and the 2-point pass was good from Mendoza to Ehlers, rounding things off with the final score with about a minute and a half to go in the first half. 5-yard touchdown run by Jackson, that is 4th of the day so far. The 2-point conversion was no good. 38-8, that's where we sit at the half.
As you said, his 4th of the day and his 13th of the season after 9 yesterday when they had 4. Or not yesterday, last week when they had 4 overtimes. That's just wild start to the season for the junior running back.
Yeah, he's on pace for, I know you can't just double the first half, but when you're on pace like this, you're thinking
he's on pace for 90 touchdowns.
He's probably going to get another 4 or 3 tonight here at the rate we're going.
It's incredible. Like they're actually, they're 8 games in the regular season in Crofton, a perennial playoff team. You got to expect them to have at least a single game in there. He's literally on pace for somewhere around 90 touchdowns right now, which is insane.
I'll give it to Wynot. They didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
But Summerland, they knew this was going to happen tonight, and they still can't stop it.
It's incredible. You talked about the second half scoring. Once again, 18 points in the first quarter. I kind of recapped that. Second quarter, they put up 20 points, and those 3 scoring drives that put up 20 points, 4 total snaps across those 3 drives. You had a long pass to Jace Panning on 1st and 10 to start the drive, touchdown. Next drive out, a long run from Tyson Jackson, touchdown on the first play. The third drive of the second quarter had one little play, one run going to the right that was stopped at the line of scrimmage. Very next play, they ran it all the way downfield for another long touchdown. It was incredible. Three touchdowns in 4 offensive plays. The big play was working.
Yeah, you don't get that very often in any game, let alone against a good team like Summerland.
That's your halftime recap. We're going to come back and go through our stats in a couple of minutes here. We'll take a look at both teams over the next couple of minutes and then go through our out-of-town scoreboard. Back in a couple here on KYN TV's coverage of Crofton High School football. Back in 3 minutes.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hartington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hartington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit ExplorerCU.com to join the journey today.
Mount Marty is committed to excellence in nursing.
We really go the extra mile to care for our students as a whole person. My name is Crystal Diedrichsen. I am an associate professor of nursing at Mount Marty. As a Catholic Benedictine university, we can incorporate God and prayer in our regular classwork and interactions with students. And in addition to that, we care about the students in other aspects of their lives.
Start your journey at mountmarty.edu.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Crofton, Nebraska. 38-8 is your score. Crofton on top of Summerland after one half of play. We broke things down, how it played out through those first two quarters, but let's dive into the stats. First, let's take a look at Summerland. The Bobcats had 27 offensive plays. That's compared to 24 for the Crofton Warriors, so a couple more plays, but a lot less equivalency on the scoreboard with just those 8 points. Break things down, the rushing attack for Summerland. Ethan Kester had 5 carries, 20 yards. Mason Schwager had 3 carries for -8 yards and 2 fumbles. Aiden McAllister had 1 carry for 6 yards. Cass Kester came in about halfway through that first half, and he finished with 4 carries for 16 yards. He was the most efficient one rushing the ball. Matthias Wagner also had 6 carries for 17 yards. Passing, Mason Schwager he was 0 for 4, -4 yards. And then Cash Kester, when he came in, he went 2 for 4, 1 interception. The receiving end of things, Wagner had 1 grab for -2, Schindler -2 for 1 grab, and then Bo Ehlers had 2 grabs for 6 yards, respectively. 3 offensive penalties for 35 yards for the Bobcats. Now take a look at the stats for the Crofton Warriors. Tyson Jackson leading all rushers. He had 8 carries for 121 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 fumble in that first half. Jace Panning got a little dinged up in that first quarter, eventually came back in and had good rushing statistics. He's going to go for 5 carries for 30 yards in that first half. Preston Foxhoven have him for 4 carries, 19 yards, and Porter Bartles 2 carries for 8 yards. Now on the passing end of things, again, it was pretty much an all rushing attack last week, and it is the same way again tonight for Crofton. They did pass a couple of times. Preston Foxhoven 3 for 4, 52 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. That 1 touchdown went to Jace Panning in the first quarter for 26 yards. Trevor Allen had 1 grab for 20 yards, and Porter Bartles 1 grab for 6 yards. There was 3 penalties against Crofton in that first half that went for 60 yards. One of them was on a long play, a kickoff, so it really didn't equivalate, but it was just a 10-yard penalty. It was a holding penalty, but they took 60 yards off the field. So they'll clean that up as we get to the second half. We're about set to go here. Still a couple minutes left to go at the half. We'll come back. We'll talk more football and out-of-town scoreboard here in 2 minutes on KYN TV.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce, because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hardington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes. Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hardington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hardington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
All right, let's go ahead and run through our out-of-town scoreboard here on the halftime show from Christensen Well. This brought to you by the Bank of Hardington. Where other banks have their branches, Bank of Hardington has their roots. Let's roll through some of the other Nebraska scores.
Yeah, jumping into Class C2, and it depends which sheet you look at. If you're looking at the NSAA PowerPoints or if you're looking at the coaches poll, one has Bishop Neumann sitting number 1. They're up right now 21-6 over a very good UTAN team. UTAN is number 1 in PowerPoints in NSAA. Cedar Catholic, they are also ranked number 1 in another poll. They're up at the half 42-0. And Bishop Neumann, as I mentioned last week, they were victors over a Norfolk Catholic team, and Norfolk Catholic their first loss in about 4 years. That is in Class C2. Taking a look around Class D1 quickly. Some other games that affect Northeast Nebraska. Hardington-Newcastle, they're playing Wakefield. The game played in Hardington tonight at the half. 34-6 Wildcats on top of Wakefield. And Bloomfield, I knew there was another one I wanted to find. Number 4, Bloomfield. They are all over Tri-County Northeast. 6 minutes left in the third quarter, 46-0. That is going to cover the scores they're covering in Northeast Nebraska.
And it looks like scores in South Dakota. Want to check up on the Yankton Bucks, another game airing here on KYN TV YouTube. Yankton leads defending state champion Watertown in AA 17-14. That's at halftime as well. So a good game going on up in Yankton as well between the Yankton Bucks and the defending state champs. Yankton leads. And with that, we are ready to kick off second half action. The sun has now officially set. It's 8:26 p.m. on this Friday evening, and Crofton is ready to kick it away and start off the second half. They lead 38-8. If Crofton is able to strike first and get in the end zone in this second half, that will initiate a running clock. Summerland trying to cash in on this opening drive to prevent that. One of the up backs fumbles it, but it's taken up once again by a different up back on the return. And an instant tackle at the 20-yard line. That was saved there by Alec Kester. Alec Kester, the junior, who was able to grab that one off the ground and prevent Crofton from jumping on it because somebody tried to catch it. It bounced off their chest, and Kester jumped on it.
You know, thinking back to my time when we played, the coach always wanted to, if you're this close, they wanted to enact that mercy rule. It just saves on possible injuries, length of play, things of that nature. It's not to be disrespectful or unsportsmanlike. It's just end the game, and it's benefiting both teams.
We've already seen one injury for Crofton and Jace Panning here today. Now, he is back, but he certainly missed a drive there with a little bit of pain in the right knee. Quick handoff, Summerland on a jet sweep. And a short gain, about 6 yards. A good fight there from Ethan Kester, a senior running back. Had it on the sweep, and he was fighting for every yard he got 6.
Yeah, Panning was well blocked, but still got a left hand on him and had a hold of a mitt full of jersey there. Tried to pull him down, but solid running by Kester.
Yeah, it was very good. You like to see a guy just don't go down. 2nd and 4 here. Kester now split out wide to the left alongside Cohen Schindler. Once again, Cash Kester now in at quarterback. He didn't start the game there, but that's where they moved him to, and it was a welcome change. At the end of that second half, he led a couple of good drives, one of them scoring. Tackle for loss on the next play. Hand off to a running back who went nowhere. Loss of 1, 3rd and 1. Or 3rd and 5, excuse me, loss of 1 there. 3rd and 5. A minute has passed in the third quarter. Crofton once again leads 38-8 over Summerland.
3rd and 6 for the Bobcats.
Third and 5, Cash Kester. Shotgun. Receivers out left and right, one each. Man in motion, right to left is Ethan Kester. They'll hand it to him. Kester trying to turn on a corner on the left side. Can't do it. Great play on the defensive side. 1 yard is all they got. I think the first man there was Jackson Lind for Crofton. Lined. Jackson lined. 10-10 on the clock. Yeah, the PA announcer just called him lined.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we might have.
I've asked him.
I think we've had this conversation last year.
We have. I'm gonna have another conversation and make sure before this next game, but
I'm sure my phone will light up here in a second.
That'd be nice. I welcome it. Anybody who knows the family, let us know. We'd like to get his name right. 4th and 4. They're going for it. Throw to the left side. Quick pass complete. First down. They'll convert the 4th and 4 with a 5-yard catch. Little curl route down the left sideline. Like that was Ethan Kester out there. No. Cohen Schindler. Schindler with that curl route down the left sideline. Needed 4 yards. Get 5 yards downfield. 1 yard past the line to gain. Perfect route. Had the defender on his heels. Brought in the pass. Just went straight to the ground before he got hit and could have the ball dislodged. It was well done. 1st and 10.
Bobcats have a first down at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10, Summerland. Handoff, running back down the right side this time. Matthias Wagner will gain 4. 2nd and 6 now incoming. But already, Summerland is having one of their best drives of the game starting off this second half. They've had a couple of first downs now. They're marching down the field, and that's what you want to see to start things off.
Yeah, a lot more confidence coming out of the huddle, hustling up, and they're ready to go.
Well, they huddled up, and then they broke the huddle, and then they re-huddled there. And now we're ready to snap the ball here for second down. 2nd and 6 incoming. Cash Kester takes the snap in the gun. He's going to keep it working to his left. Had a good block. Cuts up field. Gain of 3. 3rd down incoming. 3rd and 3 for the Bobcats. 8:48 on the clock, third quarter. Crofton leads 38-8 out of halftime. This is the opening possession of the third quarter, and it's taken about 3.5 minutes off the clock so far. A long drive to have only gone about 20 yards.
Yeah, they go, third down, pushing it right to the end, and now third down again. So logging a lot of plays, just not big chunks of yardage.
Converted a fourth on the last set of downs, and now they're going to have a touchdown. Oh my! Breaking free right down the middle of the field, a defensive lapse, and Ethan Kester just went straight up the gut and into the end zone. I'm not even sure anybody touched him. A defensive lapse by Crofton for sure, and a long score for Summerland.
Yeah, 42 yards straight up the middle, as you mentioned. He was right in between the two linebackers, and then the safeties were there as well, and nobody touched him.
So 38-14 now. 24 points is the spread. Summerland trying to get back into this, and it looks like they're going to line up to go for one. They're going to try kicking here, and it'll be Aiden McAllister, senior, who's going to try the point after. Snap, hold is good, kick is up, and it is good. 15 now on the board for Summerland. They trail 38-15, but the extra point is good. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner here in Crofton, Nebraska. Northeast Nebraska High School football on KYN-TV tonight. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Crofton's getting the ball up next.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
(38-16) or 15 is your score. Crofton on top of Summerland. Summerland ready to kick this one away. Crofton's going to start off their offense once again that put up 38 points in the first half. Spinning kick, well to the 10-yard line. Panning brings it in. He's hit first at the 20, breaks it to the outside, stiff arms a man, spins again. He's across the 30, near the 40-yard line. A lot of yards after contact for the senior. He'll go down at the 38-yard line in Crofton's own territory.
Yeah, solid return there by Crofton. Getting good field position now.
18 yards after first contact. You can't complain about that. Setting up right near midfield. Once again, 8-man football here in Class D1. 40 yards is, or the 40-yard line is midfield. It's an 80-yard field. 38-yard line they'll set up on. I formation to start off this drive. Foxhoven under center. Going to pitch it to the tailback, going to the left. Just running a stretch play. Panning gets about a yard here. Just running stretch to the left. Covered well by the Bobcats. Second and 9 with 7:33 on the clock. Same formation, but this time Jackson the tailback, and he's going to go down for maybe a half-yard loss. Summerland waking up defensively after a lot of lapses in that first half. A lot of mental errors, some broken coverages downfield. First two plays, very good for Summerland to start things off here.
I'll give a comparison to the NFL game that took place last night. 41 points scored in the first half, 3 in the second half. And it feels like there's been a change. There was a definite change in this game when Summerland started playing different.
3rd and 9, back to throw. Foxhoven behind his intended target of Trevor Allen, and it is incomplete. 4th down for Crofton, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the first 4th down of the game, I believe. Might be the second. They had one down in the end zone, and they were turned away. A 4th down was an incompletion as they threw to the end zone. This will be the second 4th down of the game for Crofton. And they were turned away one time in the first half on the goal line. had an interception on 4th down. 4th and 9 incoming for the Warriors. They are going for it. Nope, it's going to be a quarterback punting the ball up. Nobody back deep to recover it, and it is a great punt. It's going to go out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Pinned back deep is Summerland. So a good punt there from the sophomore quarterback in Preston Foxhoven.
Yeah, good special teams play there by Crofton. One of those, everybody's up on the line of scrimmage thinking, you know what, yeah, they're going to run a 4th down, which I was thinking 4th and 9 from midfield. It's not a really good place to just go for it. So I like the call of that sneak punt, if you will.
6:48 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. 38-15 your score. Summerland down by 3 possessions. They can keep chunking away at this lead. Right at the moment, it is 15-8 since they've started scoring, going back to about midway through the 2nd quarter. Encroachment on the defense to start off this possession as well, so give Summerland a free 5 yards. They're going to start off 1st and 5. So Summerland definitely fighting here, and that's what you want to see. After starting the game down 30-0, they're trying to get back into it. Short run on 1st down. Gain of 2 will bring up 2nd and 3. Once again, the encroachment penalty to start it off, so it was 1st and 5. Now 2nd and 3 after the 2-yard gain for Summerland. 38-15 your score, 6:30 on the clock, 3rd quarter. Split T, shotgun, quarterback trying off his left guard, and he's going to be taken down right away. Once again, Cash Kester on the keeper, and I think he might have lost a half yard there. Yeah, lost a half yard. So 3rd and a long 3 incoming. They're going to substitute here. Coming in late for Summerland was Cohen Schindler, who's the guy who caught that 4th down pass on the last drive and had a touchdown a few plays later. 3rd and a long 3, and here come penalty flags. Looks like a false start on the offense. So that's going to change things for him. Instead of 3rd and a long 3, it's going to be 3rd and a long 8. 5:38 on the clock, 38-15. That changes quite a bit for Summerland.
Now we're going to call a 3rd and 9 from the 9.
And nearly 3rd and 9 here. Backed up a lot deeper than they were a second ago. And that gets rid of the early penalty by Crofton on this drive of encroachment. 3rd down, snap taken, throwing left, knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Trevor Allen got up.
Yeah, solid play there. I think also getting a hand on it was, no, you're 100% Trevor Allen, yep.
Trevor Allen, the DN on that right side, working on the left tackle, and just got up in the air and knocked that one down. 4th and 9, and we're going to kick this. Punt formation, Summerland panning back at midfield. The punt does get away, high end over end kick, panning signaling fair catch, and catches it at the 33-yard line. That's where Crofton will start their drive. Fair catch. So Crofton back up out there, ready to roll here for their 2nd drive of the 2nd half. First drive didn't go anywhere. Summerland really was able to kind of buckle down and dig in their heels defensively. Crofton trying again here. 38-15 your score. Everybody in very tight. Panning in motion from right to left. They're going to hand it to him. Panning working to his right now, and he's going to be stuffed in the backfield. Loss of 4. First one there. Bo Ehlers right in the backfield wreaking havoc. Got an ankle of Panning and just was able to hold on until he had help. Big loss on 1st down for the Warriors.
Yeah, big difference that's being played here is Summerland, they're not getting hooked on the end. They're stretching the play out, whereas in the first half, Crofton was able to get to the edge, turn things north-south, and that's not been happening here in the latter parts of the game.
Same formation, different man in motion. It's Jackson this time, and they'll hand it to him, working to his left. Short gain of 2, and we got 3rd and long incoming. That was 2nd and 14. This might have only been a single yard. Looks like they spotted him. So it'll be 3rd and 13 here.
I'm stumped. Totally a different complex of this game. Would love to know what the head coach for Summerland told his kids.
Whatever adjustments they made at halftime are working so far. Crofton has not been able to do anything on offense in this second half. 3rd and 13. Going back to throw. Foxhoven fires to his right. Has a man downfield near the first down marker and a heavy hit. Oh my gosh. Austin Mendoza put a hit on Porter Bartles right near the first down marker. It's going to be a yard short, but enough there that I'd assume they're going to go for it on 4th down. Down near the red zone at the 24-yard line in opposing territory. 4th and 1. This is exact territory where you go for it.
Mendoza lowered the shoulder and lowered the boom on Bartles. Wow.
That was a heavy hit. All right, here's the 4th down play. Jackson in motion, right to left. They're going to give it to him. He's going up the middle. He's got it and more. Jackson stumbling down to the 10. He's got 2 men trying to bring him down. He'll go to the 6-7 yard line. 1st down and goal, Crofton Warriors.
About a 15-yard run. One of those rumbling, stumbling, and dragging players down the field. Good play there by Jackson.
First and goal, looks like they're starting at the 7-yard line here on this drive. I formation, Jackson the tailback. Snap, Foxhoven, hands Jackson, going off his left guard. Breaks into the end zone. Had 2 men meet him at the 2-yard line, goes straight through both of them, lowers the shoulder, and another touchdown, the 5th of the game for Tyson Jackson. And the 14th of the season for that man. We're only in game 2. 44-15, your score, 3:24 on the clock.
3:24 left in the ball game. 44-15. The score. Warriors up. They line up for the BAC.
Panning the tailback and an eye in the eye for the 2-point conversion. Panning trying to get to the pylon, jumps over a man, hurdles into the end zone. Panning. 2-point conversion is good. Extremely impressive play for Jace Panning, and the conversion is good. 46-15, your score. 3:24 on the clock in the 3rd. We'll take 30 seconds alongside Scott Ulrich. I'm Tehl Tanner. You're listening to Crofton High School football on KYN TV.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
So Crofton scores 46-15, your score, a 31-point differential. Midway, or toward the end of the 3rd quarter, 3:24 on the clock in the 3rd. Crofton hosting Summerland today, the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year, and they're getting a little revenge. Crofton going to kick this one away. And a good kick down the field there. Brought in near the 5-yard line. Down the right sideline, return to the 25-26 by Schindler. 1st and 10 Bobcats. Oh, generous spot. They're going to give him the 27. A generous spot there, but 3:18 on the clock in the 3rd, 46-15. Your score. Bobcats trail. Crofton got their offense moving again on that last possession. Able to break through that stone wall that Summerland has been in this 3rd quarter so far with 2 long runs from Jackson. Summerland now with the ball. Going back to throw. Good protection. and it's interception. A bad throw downfield, taken away. Second interception of the game for Preston Foxhoven. Foxhoven, great instincts on the ball. One play, and Crofton gets it right back. Preston Foxhoven is having a day defensively. His second interception of the game. The first one came with about 40 seconds left in the first half. This one, 3:10 on the clock in the third.
And I can't blame Cash Kester. He had a receiver open over the middle of the field, and then Preston just closed the gap on it. Solid play there.
Foxhoven alone in the backfield, the sophomore quarterback. He's got 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right, 3 men down on the line of scrimmage in the offensive line. He'll take the snap and the gun, looking to throw. Everybody going deep here, great protection, rolls to his right, and nobody out in front of him, so he's able to scramble. As I said, every route was very deep, which meant every defender went deep. He had green grass in front of him and scrambles for a gain of 10. Right at the sticks. Looks like, are they going to move him? Yep, they're going to move the sticks. There they go. 1st and 10 Crofton, a gain of 10 for Foxhoven. Good heads-up play.
Yeah, solid play. And then just get out of bounds. Don't take a big hit. No reason for that. Once he got past that first down marker, stepped out of bounds.
46-15 your score. 3:02 on the clock in the third. Crofton knocking on the door. They're up by 31 points, and a pre-snap penalty is going to come in on the Warriors here. Somebody moved. False start offense.
Against the Wanderers. To beat first down.
So we're going to start 1st and 15 on this next drive. They're starting, looks like at the 32-yard line with the penalty in there. First down markers at the 17. Foxhoven, same formation, alone in the backfield. Summerland sends 3, and they've got pressure. Foxhoven trying to scramble. He's got 2 men on him, gets away from him. The third takes him down for a 2-yard gain, actually. He was able to scramble forward enough for 2 yards. Got away from 2 men, avoided the sack. Short gain, 2nd down.
Yeah, great athletic ability, just determination, trying to get some positive yards out of that one.
I tell you what, I know he's young, Preston Foxhoven, only a sophomore, but I think Crofton's found something in that young man. He's had a great game. Very athletic-looking sophomore, both offense and defense. Once again, 2 interceptions today, and he's done very well handling the ball as a quarterback. 2nd down. He's going to hand it off Jackson. Jackson, who's had a great day running the football, stumbles forward for a gain of 10. And that'll bring up 3rd and 2. Reminder, the penalty yardage to start this drive on a false start. We started 1st and 15, now 3rd and 2. 19-yard line, they'll set up, need the 17. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. 31-point advantage for the home team, Crofton Warriors. Foxhoven, everyone in tight this time. Takes the snap, looking to keep it himself. He'll go to the left, spins off a man. Flag on the play. He's down inside the 5. A great run, but once again, a flag is here, and I think this one's coming back. Holding offense. Holding on the offense, so their 2nd penalty on this series of downs. Their 2nd in 3 plays, and that was a costly one because that was a good run that was going to set them up 1st and goal inside the 5. Instead, we're going to replay 3rd down, and it's going to be 3rd and 12. Still got 2 downs to get that first, but that was a big one.
Yeah, kind of shooting himself in the foot per se there, but very, very solid run again by Preston.
Penalties hurting the Warriors in this game. Had a lot of them. Once again, it's early season. It can be expected, but you'll want to see those get cleaned up as the season goes on. 3rd and 12. Here's the snap. Looking back to throw. Foxhoven rushes on him, and he's scrambling, and he's got green grass. 1st down and more. 10-5. Touchdown, Crofton Warriors. A great heads-up play by Preston Foxhoven. We've been singing his praises on this drive for a reason. That sophomore's got wheels. He's got great field vision and a great long touchdown for the Crofton Warriors on 3rd and long. Tell you what, I think Crofton's found something in that young man.
Yeah, that's just very, very impressive play.
2-point conversion attempt incoming at 52-15 now your score. That will send us to a mercy rule as Crofton now leads by north of 35 points. 2-point conversion attempt incoming. They're going to run it up the middle with Jackson. He is in. that'll make it 54-15 your score, with 1:32 on the clock in the third. Mercy rule now in effect. Clock will only stop for timeouts, touchdowns, and official stoppages of play, and that is all. We'll come back in 30 seconds, give the ball back to Summerland. Back after this on KYN TV.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
Touchdown Crofton Warriors. Impressive play from the sophomore quarterback, and Preston Foxhoven scrambles for a long touchdown on 3rd and 12. 1:32 on the clock in the third quarter, and that will push the lead to 39 points. Once again, the Mercy rule in Nebraska is 35. Once a team goes above that in a point differential, the Mercy rule is in effect. So we will have a running clock now for the final couple of minutes of this third quarter and the fourth, as the return comes out to the 27-yard line for the Bobcats. They'll start things there. But once again, the clock will only stop now on timeouts, touchdowns, and official stoppages of play, something like an injury.
Absolutely. And just looking at the players coming off, solid play there by number 15, Jackson Lindy, coming off the side, making a great tackle. Solid hit off that running back, returning the ball out near the 30-yard line. He was kind of hyped up as he was coming off the field.
As he should. One heck of a hit. 1 minute to go, 54-15. We're in the end of the third quarter. Summerland takes the snap, working left, and the ball's on the ground. Ball is on the ground, a bad snap. They were trying to direct snap it to a running back, and Matthias Wagner, snap was well behind him. He took off before the snap got to him. Not even sure that one was on the center. He was already moving before the ball got to him. It's behind him, on the ground. Crofton recovers. They get it right back. 24-yard line in opposing territory. The Warriors are going to take this. And the wheels have just fallen off for Summerland. I'm not even sure. The whistle blew right at 40 seconds. I'm not even sure Crofton has to snap this to end the quarter. They might have to snap it once. 1st and 10, I formation. Preston Foxhoven under center. And he's going to go forward for a yard. Just I formation, quarterback keeper up the middle, and that'll do it for the third quarter. 54-15 is your score at the end of 3. Crofton in full control as we hit the quarter break. We'll be back in 60 seconds to start the fourth. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. This is KYNT's coverage, Northeast Nebraska high school football.
From sunup to well after sundown, the life of a farmer is a matter of choices, and you have the choice to make the right decisions for your operation to succeed. The power is in your hands. At Security Bank, our lenders recognize the need to better understand your numbers and come up with a plan to keep your operation moving forward. You make the decisions. We make the tools to make those decisions easier. Security Bank, the right choice for the future of your operation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to Friday night football, teamwork makes the difference. And when it comes to your fields, trust Christensen Well and Irrigation, your local Ranky dealer. From wells and pumps to irrigation systems, Christensen Well has the experience and service you can count on to keep your operation running strong. This season, keep your crops in winning shape with the field leader in irrigation. Christensen Well and Irrigation in Hartington, a proud supporter of our area student athletes.
54-15, your score. Crofton leads over Summerland. We're about to start the fourth quarter. Mercy rule just been put into effect at the very end of the third. 1st and 10, Crofton. They'll start things off in the fourth with a swing out to Panning, and he somehow is able to break free and get into the end zone. What a play from the senior in Jace Panning. Just caught a little screen pass as a wide receiver, juked left, got 4 different Bobcats to follow left, went right down the sideline. Nobody touched him.
Yeah, you just have more athletic ability than the other kid. That's what that was. Jumping, sliding, just contorting his body around, panning. 2 grabs on the night. 26 and 23 both went for touchdown.
60 points now up on the board for Crofton. They put up 76 last week, 60 this week. You could say the offense is working. Foxhoven scrambles for the touchdown. Another good heads-up play from the sophomore. 62-15 is your score for the 2-point conversion, I should say, there for Foxhoven. 11:49 on the clock. It took Crofton 11 seconds to get in the end zone to start the 4th. Back in 30 seconds, Summerland's getting the ball back when we return.
Farmers, are you ready to maximize your success this season? At Top Crop, they've got you covered with unbeatable deals and top quality products. Take advantage of true 0% extended terms with no discount sacrificed. Get flat acre pricing on corn for unbeatable value. Keep your corn clean and strong with Viptera corn and plant the industry's leading E3 and Extend Flex soybeans for the best yields yet. Don't wait. Visit topcropinc.com or give them a call today. Top Crop, where you grow more.
11 seconds into the 4th, 62-15 your score. Crofton has this one well in hand. The lead approaching 40. Or over 40 now. 43. Summerland going to get the ball back here in the 4th. We will have a running clock, likely for the remainder of the game. Ty Nielsen to kick this one away for the Warriors. Foot to football, short kick, end over end. It's brought in at the 22-yard line. And a return to the 26 or 7-yard line is all. About a 5-yard return for one of the upbacks there. And Summerland will take over. Clock will keep moving with the running clock. It's actually stopped at the moment, but should be going.
Yeah, I think it should be. They're waits the umpire or the referee to give a signal to go, but
62-15 your score. Summerland ready to take over. Clock is moving now. First snap of this drive for the Bobcats. Decent little gain, working to the left, gain of 3. For that senior running back in Ethan Kester. Gain of 3 off the left side. 11:22 on the clock, 62-15.
I'll sneak in a couple of scores here.
Let's do that here. We'll do a scoreboard update over the next couple of plays. This brought to you by the Bank of Hartington. Where other banks have their branches, Bank of Hartington has their roots.
It's all Cedar Catholic, number 3 seed, over Wayne, 55-7. Couple minutes left to go in the game.
Quarterback keeper from Kester here. It's going to go nowhere. Good tackle. Looks like that's number 57, Trey Tramp, the junior. Tackle for no gain for Cash Kester.
Mentioned last week, Norfolk Catholic was upset by Boone Central. Bishop Newman. Tonight they're playing Boone Central, number 2 versus number 5, and Boone Central is on top. 10 minutes to go in that contest, 20-17. Norfolk Catholic finding themselves in unfamiliar territory.
How many years had it been since Norfolk Catholic had lost a game?
It was 4. If they would have made it to the end of the season and played Cedar Catholic, it would have been 50 straight wins.
Wow. Coming just short of that here back in our game. Sack. Crofton defense is able to get to that quarterback, take him down behind the line, and it's going to be a long 4th down for the Summerland Bobcats with 10:08 on the clock. Got to expect the punt formation incoming, and they're going to sub out 4 players. Punt incoming. Looks like it's Ian Richter, that freshman who is back into punt. He was the one we saw at the beginning of the game. Mishandled a couple of snaps. They went a different direction. Now they bring him back to get some reps in here at the end of this one. And it's a bad snap, way low. It goes through his legs. He picks it up, and he's taken down inside the 5-yard line. Crofton's going to get it back at the 5. It's not the fault of the kicker there. He's had a rough day. He has not had a single good snap. That one hit the ground in front of him at about 3 yards, then went through his legs, back inside the 5. Just had to kind of grab it and was taken down.
When he finally looked up, he saw 3 or 4 brown jerseys right in his face. Nothing he could do. Quick look ahead here. In a couple weeks, we'll be right back here for Hartington, Newcastle, and Crofton. Right now, 57-6, the Wildcats. They are pouring it on to Wakefield.
We'll be covering some Hartington Newcastle athletics throughout this season as well. 8:58 on the clock here. Clock still moving. Crofton going to start at the 6-yard line, actually, but a procedure penalty to start once again. That is the one thing Crofton has done in this game that has to be corrected over practice the next couple weeks is pre-snap penalties. I know they're going to have a favorable scoreboard here with 62-15, but got to clean those up.
Yeah, and these are all unofficial stats, but I got them for 7 penalties on the night, and I could be off one there, but got to clean those up, especially as we start working our way in through the season.
And a lot of those are pre-snap, too. Most of their penalties have been pre-snap. And I think a block in the back in there as well. That's about it. Handoff Jackson. He's going to go for maybe a yard, maybe just back to the line of scrimmage itself, looks like, actually.
Yeah, and there's some new players out there in the backfield. I think that was Cash Colton.
That was Cash Colton, actually. Cash Colton in there. Getting some of the younger kids and some backups a little bit of playing time. Cash Colton, a sophomore. Gonna go this time off the left edge, near the goal line, stopped at the 1. Believe that was Knox Hagee. Knox Hagee on the carry. He goes down to the 1-yard line before he's taken down. That'll be 3rd and goal now for the Warriors. Knox Hagee running the football there. 7:25 on the clock. Crofton leads 62-15. They're knocking on the door again. 3rd and goal from the 1. Snap, keeper. Up the middle, stuffed. Summerland able to keep that man out of the end zone. That was Blake Conant, the backup freshman quarterback, getting some snaps here. Stuffed at the goal line, 4th and 1. Cannot. His name. All right. Well, I say he can. 6:48 on the clock.
I say he's going to try it again.
Cannot. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Going to the left side. Touchdown, Crofton. That's Cash Colton with his first touchdown in 2025. 6:37 on the clock, and I believe his first career. Don't have last year's stats in front of me, but Cash Colton, a good touchdown there for the sophomore. 6:37 on the clock, 68-15 your score. Two-point conversion incoming. Crofton, if successful, they'll hit 70 points for the 2nd consecutive game. And this time in regulation. But another pre-snap penalty on Crofton. And the coaching staff has got to be getting annoyed at the pre-snap penalties at this point. Back them up 5 yards, and we'll do it from the 8-yard line. I formation again. Snap, handoff, tailback, trying to run it up the middle, and he's going to be well short. That was Easton Schett, another freshman. 2-point try is no good, as they were backed up a little too far. They had the yardage if they were on the regular line, but pre-snap penalties once again. Anyways, they're still up 68-15, 6:38 on the clock in the 4th. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Summerland in the ball back in late game. Back in 30 on K1 TV.
With so many choices for students out there, life can become quite hectic. From From choosing the right school to managing your finances, it can be hard to keep it all in check. Bank of Hardington is here to help you take the worry out of your finances. Our free Student Club checking includes all the features and benefits you'll need to start life out on the right path without the worry of hidden fees and charges. So if you're ready to enter that next stage of life, work with a fifth-generation bank who's had their roots planted firmly in Northeast Nebraska since 1934. Contact us today. Bank of Hardington, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Crofton ready to kick this one away. 6:36 on the clock. Summerland back deep. They'll receive this one at the 5. Bring it out past the 10, 15, 20. One man to beat, and there's a flag down. Runner goes down just across the 30-yard line, but flags on the play. Might come back here. We'll remind you of our schedule here at KYN TV, our game of the week, as we had a block in the back on Summerland there. That'll back them up 15. Remind you of our schedule coming up next week. We're going to be covering these Crofton Warriors again on September 12th. It'll be Crofton at Plainview. Scott Ulrich and myself, Tehl Tanner, will be there for that one as well down in Plainview.
Yeah, the Pirates, solid team every single year. I don't believe we've announced from Plainview, but just how the teams, I know Hardington, Newcastle, they're on the road. Cedar Catholics, everybody was on the road. So we usually announce the game either at Crofton or in Hardington, but next week we'll be in Plainview.
First snap of the drive, going to be a good play here. Down the left sideline, breaking into the open and taking it for quite a few yards there. A backup running back in Isaac Mendoza, a sophomore, goes out of bounds near the 34-yard line. First down for the Bobcats. Clock will keep moving once again. Mercy rule is in effect here. 6 minutes to go. First and 10 Bobcats. Under 6 to play. They'll hand off, working to the right, and instantly in the backfield, Lane Schieffer with the tackle for loss. Knocked down Hayden Hobbs. No, excuse me, that would have been Lane Sane. Got tackled there. Schieffer with a very good tackle for loss for Crofton. Crofton has rested all of their starters at this point. Looks like Summerland has done the same. Pitch out to the right side. Short gain, once again for Isaac Mendoza. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and that is all. Third down. Third down with under 5 minutes to play in this fourth quarter with a running clock. It's 9:08 p.m. on this Friday evening. Once again, stick around for a post-game show. We're going to recap all of our stats here from this broadcast. We're going to go through the big scoring plays, take a look at next week once again, and go through some of the out-of-town scores. So make sure to stick around for that. Coming up in just under 5 minutes of game time with a running clock. 3rd and 11. Snap, backfield, instant rush, and an incomplete pass for Stacy Snodgrass. That would have been Ty Nielsen, who got in the backfield right away, able to get a hand in the face of the quarterback. An incomplete pass, 4th down. Clock ticks under 4 minutes to go in this game. Crofton has it well in hand, 68-15. Both teams reserves in. A little bit of experience for some younger guys, which is always good to see. Punt formation for Summerland. That is Stephen Mast. Well, and it is a high snap, but he's able to get it off down the field, brought in at the 23, and a good return near the 24-yard line for Ian Foxhoven. Ian Foxhoven, another Foxhoven. They have a lot of those. Ian, the next one up. He takes that one, a decent return. But I think we got a block in the back by Crofton. Is that what was just signaled there? Laundry on the field.
No, that's roughing the kicker. Yeah, personal foul roughing the kicker on Crofton.
Yeah. Personal foul, roughing the kicker, so that'll actually wipe out the return. That's going to be first down off the yardage for Summerland. That's a 15-yard penalty, and it was 4th and 11. It'll be a first down. I think automatic either way with the personal foul, but the yardage gave it to him still. But Summerland will keep it. 3:31 on the clock. Clock is stopped for penalties. Timeouts, touchdowns, and official stoppages of play, such as penalties or injuries, is about all it stops for now. 1st and 10 Bobcats. They'll keep it after the penalty. And a snap is well over the head of the quarterback. Crofton gets it right back. Crofton gets it right back. Snap well over the head. Ball on the ground. And it's brought in by Lane Schieffer.
It was about a wash. That's about where Crofton was at just a minute ago after the whole thing played out. Now they're going to get the ball right back near midfield.
That is about where they returned that punt to. And one snap later, recover a fumble, and they'll get it back. 3:14 on the clock. I think we're going to have a timeout or something here. Crofton's entire team just came off the field. Nope, now they're coming back on. But they've only got 7 men out there. Okay, here comes the 8th. A little bit of confusion here as it's late in the game, getting some reserves in. 1st and 10. They're going to pitch to the tailback, and he's going to go over backwards. Loss of 1 on the play. That was Easton Shent, freshman running back. 2:40 to play. Crofton can end this game with a single first down. And a running clock. 2nd and 11 for the Warriors. I formation again. Pitch to the outside. Good blocking. Going downfield. Taken down after about a 13-yard gain. That's Cash Colton again. Clock. 2:05 on the clock. It still runs. 1st and 10. Now inside the 30-yard line in opposing territory are the Crofton Warriors. But this was a great game for Crofton. You know, good way to bounce back after the 4 overtime loss at Wynot last week where they fell by 2, 78-76. This is a great way to get back into form. They'll go off the right side again. It's Reese Schmidt running the football. And he's going to gain about 8 on first down. 1:35 on the clock. Crofton's got to snap it only 2 or 3 more times. And they're going to walk away with a victory and go to 1-1 on the season. Summerland, who did get a win last week, will fall to 1-1. 1:20 remaining. Tailback going up the middle again. A good tackle for loss by Summerland at the end of this game. Ian Richter was able to take down the ball carrier. It looks like that was Cash Colton for about a yard loss, yard or 2 there. 3rd and 4 incoming for Crofton. They only need to snap it 1 more time. 50 seconds on the clock. That's if they wait 10 seconds to snap it. They will not. Snap comes in with 45 to go, up the middle. Quick play. Tackle with 42 seconds on the clock. Reese Schmidt goes down. Crofton will snap 1 more time at least. But it is 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line. A red zone possession for Crofton to finish it off. But only 1 more snap is needed. Once again, stick around for that post-game show. We're going to go through all the stats of this game and take a look ahead. I think the officials are actually going to just let them walk it off. Yep, there's the official ready for play. 7 seconds left. They are going to snap it 1 more time. Crofton snaps with 4 seconds left. Running to the right. Out of bounds with 0s on the clock, and that will do it for this game. Quick little gain from Ty Nielsen, and that will do it. This game is in the books. 68-15, Crofton wins over Summerland. Crofton goes to 1-1 on the year. Summerland goes to 1-1 on the year. Crofton, good home opener. They go up 30-0. They really never look back. 68-15, your final. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I'm Tehl Tanner. You're listening to Northeast Nebraska High School Football on KYN TV. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back in a couple of minutes and roll through our post-game show. All the stats, scoring plays, and a look ahead, as well as our out-of-town scoreboard, all coming up back after this on KYN TV.
Whether it's Friday night lights or Saturday game days, around here football is more than just a game. It's tradition. And just like your favorite team, Kaiser Ag and Irrigation works hard year-round to keep things running strong. From reliable Zematic pivots to trusted local service, we're here to help your operation perform at its best. This season and every season, count on a winning team in your field. Give them a call or stop into Kaiser Ag and Irrigation in Hartington, your local Zematic by Lindsay dealer, and a proud supporter of our student athletes.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
70 years ago in 1955, Moody Motors was founded on common sense, down-to-earth family values. And that same philosophy still holds true to this day. We strive to be the best and respect all customers. Are we perfect? Heck no. Do we make mistakes? Sure we do. All I'm saying is that our crew works hard to give you the best purchasing or service experience possible. Thank you for your business the last 70 years, and we look forward to serving you in the future, right here at Moody Motors in Nybura.
Credit union people are my people. Dreaming big, keeping life simple. Saving smart, living free. At Explorers Credit Union, you're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall. Together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true. And I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit ExplorerCU.com to join the journey today.
All right, let's go ahead and start off this post-game show by thanking a sponsor in Security Bank. Score big with all the products and services offered at Security Bank. That's my kind of bank. Let's go ahead and roll through this game as Crofton once again wins 68-15 over Summerland, avenging the playoff loss in the first round from last season. This is the team that knocked him out. Crofton avenges that tonight.
Yeah, very, very good Crofton team showed up tonight, played both sides of the ball well, along with special teams, just all facets of the game. Well coached, well executed.
Complete three-phase victory. So with that, let's go ahead and run through a couple of these scoring plays. Now, obviously, there was quite a few of them in a 68-15 game, but give me some of the highlights.
Yeah,
Scott.
just, it started off right out of the gate. Crofton, 3 scores. The most impressive for me, they got the safety. You don't hear that much. They got that, went up to 10-0, and then just a minute and a half off the clock, they get another touchdown, another 18-zip at the end of one. We thought, okay, this is not looking good for Summerland. They made a change on offense, put a different quarterback in, and then things kind of got settled down. They got some solid rushing. You get into the third quarter, right off the gate. Ethan Kester, 42-yard touchdown run. They kick an extra point. It was good by McAllister. And with about 3.5 minutes to go in that third quarter, Jackson comes back, puts it in the end zone from 7 out, and the 2-point is good by Panning. So once they settled things down, each team kind of traded off some scores back and forth. But in the end, it was just way too much Crofton. 2 scores in that fourth quarter, 23-yard pass play. Foxhoven to Panning, and then a 1-yard touchdown run by Cash Colton. So just a lot of plays by different players for Crofton, and you like to see that once especially get late in the season.
Absolutely. With that, let's go ahead and run through some of the stats of this ball game here today.
Yeah. We talked in the pregame, it was a rushing attack by Crofton, and we've seen a lot of, I thought that they were going to have to rush the ball also for Summerland, but you mentioned that their head coach said, we need to be able to pass the ball, get outside, and they struggled. The pass plays struggles. They try to do the rush, but as it is, a lot of players got on the field and touched the ball for Summerland. We'll talk to them first. Isaac Mendoza had 1 rush for 12 yards. Lane Sain late in the game lost 3 yards on a carry. Ethan Kester, though, he was kind of the main focus as we went through the game. 10 carries, 73 yards, and 1 touchdown. Mason Schwager carried in that first half. They went to him often in that first quarter, but he had 2 fumbles early, and after that, they just didn't give him the ball back. So I think he has a bigger role to play in that offense. Cash Kester, he was the switch that was made at quarterback. Ultimately, he went 7 for 11, 1 touchdown on the ground is Kester. And Matthias Wagner, he was 9 for 22 yards, had 1 fumble, but also did a lot of the work there in the backfield. Mason Schwager, who went 0 for 4. He was the starting quarterback, and then Cash Kester came in and went 3 for 6, 2 interceptions, 9 yards. Wagner, Schindler, and Ehlers each had a couple grabs on the receiving end. Now for the Crofton Warriors, they were led by Tyson Jackson. Jackson last week had 37 carries. He got a break this week. I got him down unofficially for 13 carries, 154 yards, 1 fumble, 5 touchdowns. Solid play by Jackson. Jace Panning got more carries in that first half, but unofficial, I got him for 7 carries, 29 yards. Preston Foxhoven, you mentioned it several times. I think they got something there. He is shifty. He's really quick. I got him for 8 carries, 67 yards, and 1 touchdown. Porter Bartles grabbed a couple of rushes, had 8 yards. Knox Heggie had 1 rush for 8 yards and a touchdown, and Cash Colton 7 yards for 1 touchdown as well. Through the air, Preston Foxhoven, quiet night, didn't have to do a lot. Went 5 for 7, 2 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns. And on the receiving end of those touchdowns, Jace Panning had 2. Trevor Allen had a 20-yard grab, and Porter Bartles had 2 catches for 18 yards. If you're going to nitpick anything and talk, okay, we got to clean this up, I got him for 8 penalty flags, totaling 105 yards. That's something that I'll have to look at this week.
100 yards of penalty yardage. Yeah, that's something to look at this week for sure.
Yep.
Well, thank you all for those stats there, Mr. Ulrich. All good?
All good. That's all we got. When you have 5 touchdowns and you got, quite a few flags in there, they kind of covered the gamut. They look good, though, both sides of the ball, Crofton, tonight.
Well done. And it reminded me, Tyson Jackson with 9 last week. What's he up to now?
He's up to 14 touchdowns. That's I'm almost
in 2 games.
In 2 games, you don't see this usually by a running back throughout the season.
No. This is an impressive start for sure. Obviously, hard to keep those numbers going throughout the season, but I'm excited to see how many he'll have at the end of the year. That is impressive.
I am too. Some tough teams on the schedule coming up for Crofton.
That brings us to our next point of the upcoming schedules for these 2 teams. Summerland is going to be at Madison next week, another D1 opponent that did lose last week as well. Madison, the opponent on the road, is Summerland. For Crofton, they are also on the road with us. We will be traveling with them down to Plainview, Nebraska. We'll have Crofton right on the airwaves on KYN TV once again next week from Plainview, Nebraska. That will be another good game, Scott. And with that, let's go to the out-of-town scoreboard and check some of these scores, including those 2 schools here from the Bank of Hartington. Where other banks have their branches, Bank of Hartington has their roots.
Yeah, sticking around in Class D1 as I go through these scores here. Elkhorn Valley, they lost to Boyd County. We will have Boyd County later in the year when they play here in Crofton. Boyd County victorious 34-28. Staying in Class D1, Niobrara Verdigris is down 30-12 to Humphrey Lindsay. That game still showing at the half. It just hasn't updated. I'm sure they are closer to ending that game. In D1, Plainview, we talked about them. We'll be there next week. They are rated number 8 in the state. They are winners tonight over Wisner Pilger, 40-16. Wausau Osmond, 30-14 over number 10 ranked Stanton. Stanton, they were eventual state champions. They have 2 losses so far on the year. And number 4, Bloomfield, 68-0 winners over Tri-County Northeast. Those are in Class D1. Moving to Class C2, we have Archbishop Bergan, number 10 ranked. They are 40-7 winners over Ponca. They're just down Highway 12 from us. Also in Class C2, number 3 ranked Cedar Catholic, winner over the Wayne High Blue Devils, 55-7. A game that is 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Number 5, Boone Central from Albion is leading number 2 ranked Norfolk Catholic, 26-24. We might have a final on that game before we wrap things up here tonight. Also, Battle Creek, they're receiving votes to be in the top 10. They were up 28-0, winners over Aquinas Catholic. earlier tonight. And Bishop Neumann, number 1 ranked over UTAN, 28-6 with 1 minute to go in the game. That is your update from Class C2.
One update from South Dakota, our other game going on the KYN TV family. Yankton Bucks up in Yankton taking on the Watertown Arrows. Watertown, the defending state champs from 11AA, ended the dynasty of Pierre last year, who had won, I think 7 straight championships. Watertown beats them in the Dakota Dome. Yankton going to beat them tonight. They lead 52-26 with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Yankton just scored again to double up the Arrows, 52-26 up in Yankton.
Wow, great game there. One score update here again. Class D2, number 5 ranked Wynot is on top of number 9 ranked Creighton, 60-18 with a few minutes to go in that game. So Wynot, they are for real just down Highway 12.
They got a good team this year, as Crofton found out last week. That was a very fun matchup. All right.
Checking on Norfolk Catholic. Don't have any more updates. I'm waiting. That's the last one to come in. That's just a very, very good game.
Well, that is brought to you by the Bank of Hartington. Where other banks have their branches, Bank of Hartington has their roots. We got one final thing to go through here tonight, Scott, and I'm going to let you make a decision here. The Avera Player of the Game, brought to you by Avera, moving health forward. There's certainly a couple of guys you could go through here. I want to say probably either Tyson Jackson with his 5 touchdowns or Preston Foxhoven with 2 interceptions and a couple of touchdowns as well, both running and passing.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, and I would give you 2 or 3 other names. I just don't have them down. The linemen. I don't know who the linemen are up front. We don't see that, and I just don't track that. But you can't have 14 touchdowns all by yourself. There's some good stuff going on up front.
100%.
But I got to give the nod to Jackson. He's just a complete workhorse and a leader for this team. 5 touchdowns, 154 yards on 13 carries. He did lose 1 fumble. That's okay when you have 14 touchdowns. But I'm going to give Tyson Jackson your Avera Player of the Game.
Player of the Game provided by Avera, moving health forward. That's going to do it here for us tonight, Scott. Once again, we are going to be at Plainview next week with this broadcast right here. Going to look very similar. Simulcasting on YouTube, KYN TV, and Hot Country 93.1 Facebook. Scott Ulrich and I will have the call of that action. Crofton at Plainview next week. We're going to have some fun there.
Yep, great game.
Shout out Scotty Borman back at the studio for keeping things on lock for us. Had a great game down here in Crofton and beautiful weather, and it looks like we're going to have similar throughout the rest of this month. I'm really hoping, at least. I don't want to get any of those triple-digit games again. No. That was rough.
No.
Anyways, that's going to do it for us tonight. Any final thoughts here, Mr. Ulrich?
Crofton, get everybody healthy. Hopefully there's nothing that lingers over. We saw Panning kind of come off. He was a little dinged up there for a little bit, but hopefully – but they came off about third and a half quarter, and they got a lot of young players on the field tonight. So that's going to help them down the road.
All right, that's going to do it for us from Crofton, Nebraska. Crofton moves to 1-1 with a win over Summerland, 68-15, avenging last year's playoff loss. 1-1 on the season now, both teams. Alongside Scott Ulrich, I've been Tehl Tanner. You've been listening to KYN TV on YouTube, Hot Country 93.1 Facebook. Crofton High School football. Back next week on Friday night for more Friday Night Lights.
This has been a presentation of Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics on KYN TV, courtesy of Riverfront Sports. Be sure to subscribe to KYN TV on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment when we go live for Northeast Nebraska High School Athletics.